Oh, he traded dimes for nickels and he told watermelon pickles. Yeah, I'm talking about the reefer man. Ever meet that little old reefer man? Did you ever meet that little old reefer man? He takes a sudden mania, wants to give you Pennsylvania. I'm still talking about the reefer man.
Next stop, New York City. Most of the sound factors are already known. The speed of the tape in recording, its playing time, and the sound level required. A fine-grained deposit of nickel. This makes smooth walled grooves. This takes precisely 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They have to be perfect. This is the point where most people long for a roadmap. You discover unlimited variety, the finest in sound and performance. This takes precisely 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They have to be perfect.
That's one small step for man. suspects. My job, find out who. There's a guy named Jones, lab man. He makes prints of films. He handled this print. Then there's Smith. He's a film distributor. He sent the print to the station. And Brown. He's film director at the station.
I know. You're trying to make me the fall guy.
And Harris, projectionist at the station.
I only had that print long enough to thread her up.
We don't know. All we got are suspects. My job, find out who. My job, find out who. Maybe all of them together. What if they stick to their stories? We're stuck with a perfect crime. It happens more than you think.
Good evening, 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 and welcome to Game Night Classics. We're back to normal. 2 a week. Well, this week 2 a week rather than 3, rather than every night. How you all doing? Hope you're keeping well. Lovely to see you all. Are we on Keith numbers? We're on Keith numbers. We've gone from digital roots to negative primes to Keith numbers. 1 plus 4 equals 5, then you add the last two together to get 4 plus 5 equals 9, then you do that again to get 5 plus 9 equals 14 because you end up with the same number at some point. It's a Keith number. Yes. And on that note, It's a lime milkshake kind of night from AJ, who's subscribing with Prime for 7 months. Thank you so much for the support, AJ. Very much appreciated. Hope you're keeping well. And well done to Zeus. Zeus getting a wine question right first. Was there ever any doubt? And like lightning on the maths round of gold, silver and bronze, earning himself an extra penny. Very well done to Zeus. Look, excitement. My Infinity Stones are here. I now can control the entire universe with the palm of my hand. Let me introduce you. These are the 6 Infinity Stones, by the way. They're the actual ones. Oh, you're on the gin tonight. Yeah, guess which dick didn't put another bottle of wine in the fridge? Hey-oh. So I've just finished the Prosecco and I'm now waiting for the white wine to chill. So this is the Reality Stone. Whoa, and it glows. It's very nice. I don't feel so good. All right, Pete. So I like this one as well. This is the Mind Stone, right? And this one glows too. Well, they all glow. So yeah, there's the Mind Stone, which is fun. And I'm not going to go through them all. Lump of plastic with an LED in it. It's a little bit more than that. It's epoxy resin proofs, but they've been. Like the green one. And I like the green one as well, Dylan. That's the Time Stone, the green one. But they've been handcrafted. Let me go to just Cam because that. Oh. That's important. Yeah, because they've been handcrafted, and then it's like epoxy resin. Then there's a little LED in them. They're really smart. I got them off Etsy. They weren't cheap actually, but I'm a big fan, so wasn't going to be without them. Milk Like Substance subscribing with Prime Gaming for 8 months. Milk Like, that is unbelievably kind of you. Thank you for the support. We'll get the. We'll have the baby shower soon, hopefully ready for a Twitch baby next month.
And then we need an Infinity Gauntlet.
We do need an Infinity Gauntlet to put them in, otherwise I won't be able to snap, so to speak.
Then I'll disappear.
And then you might disappear. You have a 50% chance of disappearing. That's right. Let's go back to that camera. We're playing the code first. I switched the order around by request of one of the Eggheads who can't be here till a little bit later on, and there's no particular reason that Eggheads does need to go first. So you will have noticed, or you might not have noticed, if you go down to the channel points, as requested by Samster, there's now some things you can spend channel points on. There's 3 at the moment. Show Me the Kitty, where if you spend 10,000 channel points, I will go and fetch you one of the cats to show. There's at least one around the corner at the moment.
One's there.
Is there another one?
I think the other one got out.
The other one's gone for a walk. There's then turn to page 394, and I'll read a question like Alan written. Samson immediately redeeming Show Me the Kitty. Okay, right. We'll go back to that one. Good evening, Matt. Thank you for the 100 bits. Greetings, salutations, felicitations, and compliments of the evening, good sir. And same to you. Right, Penny. It's your first appointment. Come on. Come on, my darling.
No.
She won't be very happy about it. Don't hit me. No. It's all nice, you see. She doesn't like being held at all, so it's going to be a brief outing. Come on. Oh, very brief outing because she doesn't want to be here. She's decided. Are you going outside? I will cash in that Show Me the Kitty later on when she's being a bit friendlier. She's being very unfriendly at the moment, but she's gone for a walk in the kitchen. She's gone to eat food. She was probably hungry. So I will cash that in for you a bit later on, Sam. So that's one. You've got turn to page 394, where I will read a question like Alan Rickman, and then you've got Beat the Bee, where we'll do Beat the Bee at the end of a game. And Pyro Pygmy with the 500 bits there. Thank you so much for the generosity. And starting a hype train at the start of Not Super Week, regular old Game Night Classics tonight with the code first, and then Eggheads. Kira with 100 bits there. Guess which dick can't drink until Friday, so Game Night will have to do. I hope the Game Night goes some way towards righting that wrong for you, Kira. I really do. You get a miscellaneous penny if you win the lobby game, or games if we have more than one. Obviously, if you are in the hot seat, then you forego lobbies because there's no medal table for this, just high scoreless. 5,500 in the jackpot at the moment. And Matt cheering 100 bits. Kira says, when have you been a dick? This was just having a conversation through me via bits, which I shan't complain about. But yes, I don't know what you've done to not be able to drink until Friday, Kira, but I'm grateful to you and to Matt for the bits there. I will bank my points until I can force you to do an entire game of the escape artist in the Alan Rickman voice. Well, you can only redeem one a night, I think I've set it as. So, because I don't want it to distract too much from the games, and some people might find that voice to be slightly distracting. I have to get into the right frame of mind of it as well. Only 154,000. Well, we're going to play the code, but let me say hello to you all first. We've got lots of people here tonight, which is lovely to see. Adster, good evening to you. Riff Raccoon and Shadowmane, and now cut that out. Hello. AB Me, good evening. Keshi Head, good evening. Lupine1, good evening. Dogfish and Drew Dave Tom. Energia, Big Man Aaron and Prugs, good evening to Connor and SM Midi, to Jogging Charm, to Pum and Ben, to Ben's J and to Shapes, to Zeus and Sparrow Castle, good evening to Samster and Dante and Applecast, G. Isons and Clive, good evening. Ape and M. Clemson and Tunitin and Mr. Quiz. Lovely to have you all here. We've got Milk Like Substance, good evening to you, and Kira and JY Innis and Oni, Exalto, DJ Car, Serial Quizzer, AJ at Sportsy, Scorecount, Matt the Ref, Pyro Pygmy, David Bodycomb showing up, and anybody else who is just hanging out in the stream. You are most welcome to be here. I hope you have a splendid evening, and do enjoy. Put your feet up, relax. We're going to play the code and then Eggheads. Now, we've got 5 Eggheads returning later on. Hopefully we've got 5 returning later on. If they can't all be here, I have fixed a bug where it will now sub other people into the game, and hopefully, fingers crossed, all work just nicely. Just before we get going, first of all, thank you again for all your support last week with Super Week. It was a very busy week, and Innes, I still haven't messaged Innes, I really must do that, but really, really good week. The push for partner thing, I am going to keep going for a little bit, but I'm not going to bang the drum quite as loudly perhaps as I was last week. The metrics for the week, it ended up being, for the 6 days, around about 64 average, which is a nice start point, but then it needs to still go up from there. So I sort of become a little bit more philosophical, as I think some of you saw in the Discord on the Sunday. I was feeling very, very burnt out after doing every day, and feeling like I think I need to have some time off from it. And then I went out and hosted my local pub quiz, and it sort of reinvigorated me, and I came out feeling much, much happier. So I think it might just be how I always feel after a big, long build up to something. But I also got the impression that towards the end of the week I was maybe flagging a little bit and not quite as exuberant as I maybe normally am, and I think I'm better when I'm big and bouncy rather than more often and not quite as bouncy. Matt with 1,000 bits, only a level 2 height trade, surely we can do better. Well, the challenge, the gauntlet has been laid down, ladies and gentlemen, by Matt the Ref. And Matt, thank you very much for your generosity there, and I do like the dancing shamrock. So that was number 1. Thank you for last week and all your support there. Number 2, reminder, I'm not here on Thursday. There's no happy hour this week. I'm going up to my parents on Thursday afternoon. It's my nan's funeral on the Friday, so I won't be around this Thursday, but I will be back on Saturday, and one of the games that we're going to be playing on Thursday is moving to the Saturday in the shape of the Pyramid, with questions from, I think, Cyclespace. So the Pyramid, the Escape Artist, and Cryptex, not necessarily in that order. In fact, it might probably be the other way round, to be honest. And that's going to be on Saturday at 8, so I do hope you will join me for that. For now, though, we have got the code to play, so if you don't want to play in the hot seat game, you can exclude, but you can still join in with the lobby game. And if you do want to play in the hot seat game, you need to have a microphone and make sure you've got access to the Discord, which is right there. So do go and join if you haven't already. Make sure you've got a microphone handy. If you want to play in the hot seat, 1, 2, or 3 players as determined by the computer. And if you want to play, you need to enter the code. 250 bits from Oni. Not jumping on a hype train on my payday makes me feel like a really tight kid. So yeah, thank you for your generosity there, Oni. That's very kind of you. Do come into the lobby. 2 numbers will appear next to your name. Oh my god, something just happened. Something really big just happened there. There was a bading, and then Pyro Pygmy gifting out 5 subs there to Bryce Sky and Venum Veritas and Dark Deus and Buzzer Bob and Keshi Head. Welcome in. Enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. Splendid to have you here. And thank you, Pyro Pygmy, so much. That's really kind of you. Amazing. Wonderful. And this is looking like a full lobby. 33, 34 here at the moment. Remember, you can self-exclude, exclude, if you don't want to come play the hot seat game for whatever reason. And that's completely fine. You can play along in the lobby. The 2 numbers on the right-hand side of your name. One of them is the number of digits found in your code, and the other one is the number of questions you've got right. And whoever wins the lobby game will get a miscellaneous penny at the end. Matt the Ref, 100 bits again. I see your 5 gift subs. Oh my god, Matt the Ref is following through as well. Pop Ramen Comedy, Crispy RL, Lewis T, Listwitz, and Maple Sinner, welcome to the party. Matt, thank you so much for the generosity. Another 5 gift subs right there. And that is hype something completed. Yeah, that level 4 done. Matt, that is unbelievably generous. Thank you so very, very much indeed. And yes, you need 3 unique digits in the code in order for it to register. 3 distinct digits. Distinct? Unique? Wait, is it distinct or unique? I can never remember. There is a technical difference between the two. Someone will tell me in a minute. So I think Matt the Ref is Santa in disguise. Maybe he is. Maybe he's going the beard for it. A little bit early. Do you want previous challenges stuff as good? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's a different day. It's been a month since we last played the code, so I'm happy to let RNG do its thing. If you feel, Jogging Chum, that you've had a go recently and you'd rather give someone else a bite, then that's completely fine as well if you want to self-exclude, but I'm not going to prescribe it. When we get to Eggheads later on, it'll actually show who is self-excluded rather than just pinging it up in the chat. Jogging Chum was on with Oni. Ah, yes. And we didn't quite get there. We got pretty far, but we didn't quite finish it off. So our current jackpot is 5,500 points. And another 50 bits on that. I have the beard and the stomach, and I'd like to think I'm a jolly chap. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see if I can cash in Samster's cat. Has she gone? Has she gone off?
She's gone to
She's gone. She's gone for a walk. No, the dog isn't as exciting. Plus, she's heavier. Sitting out in favour of shuffling and new players entering is always welcome here. The true heroes, absolutely, the true heroes of game night. Quite right, 8 Mickey. Right. 38 players in the lobby. I'm going to lock it up. Remember, if you haven't excluded and you haven't got a microphone, make sure you do that sharpish because you do need a mic to play this game. Let me just look at the question board. 235 unused boards, which is absolutely loads. We may have 1 game, we may have 2 games. It's already coming up to 25 past 8. So we'll see how the game goes. If it's a long game, it'll probably just be 1 and then we'll go into Eggheads. If it's a shorter game, then we may squeeze in a second and then do Eggheads afterwards. Eggheads ends up being around about an hour, I think. So without any further ado, 38 players in the lobby. Let's pick our first team. It's a 3-player team to start with. Who have we got? Serial Quizzer in with the bullet at the beginning. Zeus in the middle. And Shadowmane as player number 3 if you'd like to make your ways down towards the green room. Zeus and Shadow already there. Score count on technical duties this evening. Thank you very much, Score, for your assistance there. Serial Quizzer, if you want to make your way down towards the green room, we'll get you sound tested and then we'll bring you into the game. I should undeafen myself. I should share my screen in the Discord. If I could just, if OBS, if you could, no, go up there, OBS a minute. Okay, fine, we'll do it this way. We'll go screen and then we'll go screen and then screen 1 and, oh, for goodness sake. There we go, go live. That's what I'm after. Let's put that back up there, and whoop, no, not there. There we go. And then over there, nothing over there, just that one. Cool. Right, we got some players here in the broadcast studio. Good evening to all 3 of you. Hang on a minute, don't say anything yet, don't say anything yet. Good evening to all 3 of you. Now you can.
Hello.
Good evening, Ben.
Hello. And
hello, good evening, Ben.
Hello, lovely to have all 3 of you here. Serial Quizzer, Shadowmane, and Zeus. Now, have you guys played the code before?
No, I haven't.
I've not played it on stream. I have played it in real life.
Oh my god! Of course you have played it in real life.
Yeah.
Shadowbane, have you been in the hot seat before?
I've had 2 failed attempts at cracking this vault, and I've had a successful attempt with Colo and Dogfish in the past.
Aha! So we're looking to make it 2 out of 4. I'll give you a 50% rate. Zeus, how did you fare when you were on it IRL?
I mean, well, fun story about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bad story to begin with, but the guy I went on with, it was the 3rd time I'd ever met him, and we were posing as really, really good friends. And we did pretty badly. I mean, we got 3 questions. We got through 3 questions, got none of the actual code, and then failed on a question about a returning officer.
Well, let's see if we can right that wrong this evening. The very best of luck to all 3 of you. I'm assuming you all know the rules. If not, just very quickly to go with them. And for those of you in the lobby at home who haven't played before, this game you'll be shown 3 answers and then you'll be shown 3 questions that are attached to them. You've got to sort the truth from the lies. One of them will be true and have the correct answer attached to it. The other 2 will not be. You need to identify which is the truth amongst the answers. And there's a level 4 hype train emote. Let's press the magic share button and go choo choo. Indeed. Thank you all so much for the generosity and the support there. As the game goes on, if you get a question right, you get to look for a digit in your code. The code will be 3 distinct digits. There will be no repeats in the code. If you find a digit, the game gets a bit harder in that you get to see fewer options before having to make a decision. So that's about all there is to it. If you're playing in the lobby at home, you need to whisper A, B, or C to the bot within 20 seconds after the questions have all been displayed. Hot seat players, I would ask that if you don't discuss the answers too much until we've given the lobby players a chance, and then you can discuss to your heart's content, though I will try and keep it relatively snappy as far as possible. So if we're all ready to play, very best of luck. Let's play the code and go to question number 1. Options are the grey, that places with equal rainfall, and 1983. Those are the options. You get to see all 3 questions before you have to make a decision about what is true. So those questions are, the question attached to question number A is: what collective name are Stethno, Urali, and Medusa usually known as? That's question A. Question number B: what does an isohet connect on a map? And question number C: in what year was the computer mouse patented? We're going to give this over to the lobby first. So, lobby, A, B, or C, your time starts now. If you think A is the truth and that Stethno, Urael, and Medusa are commonly known as the grey, answer A. If you think that an isohet connects places with equal rainfall on a map, you need to type B. And if you think the year that the computer mouse was patented was 1983, you need to type C. Hot seat players, it's over to you. What do you think?
I think I can identify which one is false.
Yeah. Because A, aren't they the Gorgons?
Yes. Yep. I think grey is in Greek mythology. I don't really know what they are, but Medusa was definitely a Gorgon, not a grey.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're sort of eliminating A. Leaves us with B and C. What do we think?
Computer mouse is definitely before 83.
Definitely before 83, you say?
Yeah, because that would be like when Apple Lisa is 1982, around that, and mouse was way before that.
Okay, so Serial Quizzer seems to think that the mouse was definitely around in 1982. Shadowmane and Zeus seem to suggest that A are maybe Gorgons. Does that mean we're thinking possibly B?
Possibly, yes.
Well, if we have a majority consensus, I'm happy to lock it in.
Yeah, I'll go with it.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. We'll take B, please.
Okay, let's lock B in as the answer. I'm just going to go to my controller so that I can actually see the answers in real time, so I'm not surprised by anything. Because nothing like a coded surprise. Am I right? Let's lock in B as your answer. So, that's locked in. Time to reveal. Computer, is B the correct answer? Of course it is. Yes, isohet connects the lines on a map. Process of elimination there. So we were suggesting A, the collective name of Stethno, Urael, and Medusa was not the grey, but they were the what now?
The Gorgons.
Gorgons, you say? Yes, they were. They were indeed the Gorgons. As for the computer mouse, Serial Quizzer, you thought it was earlier than 1982.
Yeah, I think it's 70, somewhere in the 70s.
Well into the 70s. Well, let's have a look. It wasn't 1983. It was, in fact, 1970. Absolutely right. So, looking like a fairly good start. You get to look for a digit in your code. And over in our lobby, about half of the lobby getting the right answer there. So, very well done. You've got a point on the board. If you didn't, don't worry. You get to continue with the game. But the guys are going to look for the first digit of their code. So, 0 to 9. What would you like to look for first?
Shadow, do you want to take this one?
Sure, why not? Why don't we start smack dab in the middle and go with number 5?
Number 5, right in the middle. Let's see, is there a 5 in your code? So, they're going to go round and round and round for a little while. Let's have a look. In the first box, is there a 5? Alas, no. We'll try again. Box number 2, have we a 5? We do not. One more chance to get a digit on the first attempt. Is there a 5 in box number 3? There is not, but not to worry, it's still early days. No digits found in your code just there, which means the gameplay stays exactly the same. We end that question, and let's go on to board number 2. Options are $150, 8 for the memes, I'm sure, or the New York Mets, who get to do all 3 questions, so let's have a look at them now. In the US version of the board game Monopoly, how much does a player have to pay if they land on luxury tax? It's question A. Question B. In World Championship Tug of War, how many team members pull on each end of the rope? And question number C. George Herman Babe Ruth started his baseball career at the Red Sox, but for which team did he achieve his greatest fame? Those are the options. Have a little think in the hot seat lobby. You've got about 20 seconds to get an answer in, and your time starts now. Which of these is true? If you think it's $150 on the US luxury tax in Monopoly, then type A. If you think there's 8 players on each side in Tug of War Championships, then you need to type B. And if you think that Babe Ruth was most famous for playing for the New York Mets, you need to type C. And thank you very much to Colo for these questions. Okay, Serial, Zeus, Shadow, what do we think?
I feel like Babe Ruth is... Sorry,
yeah,
you go for it.
Yeah, New York Yankees, I think.
Yes, I agree, is the Yankees.
So we're ruling out C. We think it's Yankees, okay. Leaving us A and B. Any American Monopoly players?
Well, if luxury tax is the same as super tax, then it would... Then again, I think I've seen this before, where I can't tell whether it's 100 or 150, but it is somewhere in that area. American Monopoly is kind of strange, but if it is the same as super tax, I would hinge on it being more geared towards 100.
Okay, so Shadow seems to think that A might be 100. Zeus and Serial Quiz are both fairly confident that C is the New York Yankees. Again, leaves us with B as an option. Do you want to lock in B? Do you want to talk it out a little more?
I'm wondering in terms of Monopoly, like, because it's the 2 taxes, they like 100 and then 200, and I don't know if the amounts of money are the same in American Monopoly, but if they are like the same, then if it's 100 and 200 for the 2 tax squares, then yeah, I'm happy to go with B as the true one.
Yeah, because you've got income tax, which is 200, and then super tax, which is 100, smack dab in the middle of Park Lane and Mayfair. And if luxury tax and super tax are on the same place on the board in the 2 versions, then it would logically be 100.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Shall we lock in B as your answer then, guys?
Yep, happy with that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, let's lock in B. So, we're hoping to go green once again. Computer, can you tell us, is the answer B? Certainly is. Good logic there, players. So, yes, there are indeed 8 players on the end of the rope on each team in Tug of War. Babe Ruth started at the Red Sox, but wasn't greatly famed for the New York Mets. What did you think it was?
Yankees?
The Yankees.
Certainly was the New York Yankees. Very good knowledge there. And as to A, Shadowmane, you mentioned that you think there's 100 and a 200, certainly in the UK. So you thought that A might be
100, yeah.
Let's have a look. It's not 100, it's 75. 75 is the answer. So, but still not the right answer that was displayed there. Good thing that didn't come up with 75 as the right answer there. Otherwise that could have caused some tears at that point. But I have a feeling that came up in Bidding War one time and has been a source of great contention because it has changed in recent years. But I've just done a quick sweep of that, and it does look to be 75. So you're all good. Handful of players on 2 for 2 in the lobby as well. Very well done. And most players now off the mark with at least 1. Time to look for another digit in your code. So you've taken out the 5. There was no 5. Anything else? What would you like to look for?
You want to have a turn, Serial Quizzer?
9.
9? As in 911 emergency response. Let's take a look and see if there is a 9 in your code. We're going to do a cycle again. How about the first box? No such luck. I think I fixed the kerning on this so that the 1 now appears where it should do, rather than slightly to the left. I've just noticed because it doesn't appear to be flickering. No 9 in box number 2. I'll stop talking about the text mesh. Let's hope there's a 9 in box number 3. Alas, not. So we're still on the first digit. Zeus, you're getting pretty close to equaling your IRL record at this point. Do you think
painful deja vu?
Let's see if we can better that as we go on to board number 3. Take a look. Options are no fighting score count. Options are Blue, 90th, and the Pointer Sisters. Again, we get to look at all 3 questions first, so let's take a look at them now. Question number A. What colour is the bullseye of a dartboard? Question number B. On what birthday do British citizens first receive a telegram from the Queen? And question number C. I'm So Excited was a song from which band released in 1982? Lobby, over to you. First 20 seconds and your time starts now. If you think the bullseye of a dartboard is blue, you need to type A. If you think the British citizens received a telegram from the Queen on their 90th birthday, you need to type B. And if you think I'm So Excited was a song from the Pointer Sisters, then you need to type C. That's about time up. Thank you to Egg Fried Cheese for these questions. Gentlemen, what do you think?
I'm So Excited is definitely Pointer Sisters. It's definitely Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited about this question.
Do you just know that inherently? Is that just something that
Yes, yeah. I'm gonna chalk it up to gay knowledge. It always helps me out.
Lovely stuff. Do you know the answers to the other 2?
I believe A is red, and is it 60th for the first telegram from the Queen?
I think 60th.
I thought it was 100 for the birthdays.
Serial Quizzer, any thoughts on telegrams from the Queen?
No.
No. Well, Zeus is fairly happy with C. I think we've eliminated A. A little bit of contention over B, but we don't think it's 90th, and that's the key point here. Are you guys happy to lock in C?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, let's lock it in. So, computer, can you tell us, was I'm So Excited a song from the Pointer Sisters released in 1982? Of course it was, yes, indeed. Very well done, Zeus, with the power knowledge there, and getting a green. And we're down to still quite a few players on 3 for 3 over in the lobby, though that second column hasn't changed because we're yet to find any digits from the code. 5,500 in the jackpot, just worth reminding you. Shadowmane, what colour is a bullseye of a dartboard?
It is red.
Certainly is. And there was some contention over this. Zeus thought 100. Shadow thought maybe 60. Correct answer for B is, in fact, the 100th birthday.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's as late as that. So I'm going to resist the urge to say anything about Prince Philip at this point. But he wouldn't have had a telegram from the Queen because he didn't quite make to 100. Very sadly passed away a couple of months ago, aged 99. But you guys have not passed away from this question, and you do get to have another look for a digit in your code. So, Zeus, I think it must be your turn by now. 5 and 9 are gone. What do you want to look for?
Let's go with a 2.
Going for the 2 up at the top. Let's take a look. Is there a 2 in your code? So, we're getting to the point where it's statistically likely to find at least one of them. Not in the first box with a 2. How about in box number 2? 2 for 2 in 2? Not to be. How about the third box? Any luck? Unfortunately not. So we stay at level 1. We're still 3 digits away from the code, but in a way this is kind of a good thing because it means you get the easier game board. You get to see all the questions first. Let's end that board. Board number 3. You've looked for 3 digits. We've had no luck so far. Let's see if we have any better luck with board number 4. Options are Pinto, Sweden, or Philo. Let's have a look at those questions. Question A. What type of beans are used in the creation of baked beans? Question B. In which country is the Kopparberg Brewery famous for its flavoured ciders? And question C. Which type of pastry is used in a chocolate eclair? And Lobby, throwing it back over to you for 20 seconds. Your time starts now. If you think that pinto beans are used to make baked beans, you need to type A. If you think that Kopparberg comes from Sweden, you need to type B. If you think that the pastry used in a chocolate eclair is phyllo, you need to type C. Time just about running out there. And thanks again to Egg Fried Cheese for these questions. Back to our hot seat players. Any immediate thoughts jumping out at you?
Chocolate eclair is choux pastry, I think, not phyllo. Phyllo is like flaky.
Yeah. And if I'm remembering correctly, it's haricot beans that are used to make baked beans.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
Which leaves
So that leaves us with Sweden.
Yeah, it's not like me to not know an alcohol question, but I don't drink cider.
Aha. Matt saying baked beans, Kopparberg and eclairs. Interesting meal choice. Yes, indeed, Matt. Thank you for the 50 bits right there. Serial Quizzer, any thoughts on what your compatriots have said there?
Yeah, I also think B should be correct because Kopparberg sounds like a Sweden.
Kopparberg sounds Swedish. It does a little bit. I may have had some in the fridge. I don't think I have any more. I had one the other day though. They are very nice. I can't confirm or deny whether they're from Sweden or not. Serial Quiz is happy to go with B. Chardonnay, Zeus, you happy to go with B?
Yes, think so.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's lock in B. So, if Kopparberg is indeed brewed in Sweden, we get to look for digit number 1 for the 4th time. Computer, can you reveal, is Kopparberg brewed in Sweden? Yes, it is. Hey. Pause for dramatic tension just there. But yes, it certainly is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in the lobby are 4 for 4 so far. Very, very well played to you. 7 players there. Now, Chardonnay, you mentioned a different type of bean for baked beans.
Yes, haricot beans.
Is the right answer. Haricot beans, or haricot, depending how you want to pronounce it, are used to make baked beans. And Zeus, you didn't think it was phyllo.
Yeah, I've watched enough Bake Off. I'm pretty sure it's choux.
Certainly is. Yes, choux pastry. That's the light, fluffy one that you fill with cream and douse in chocolate, and it's very bad for you, but worth it. So that's another correct answer and another chance to look for a digit. So you've each had one attempt. And you've not had much luck yet. Do you want to take a sort of joint decision, a committee-based decision?
What do you guys think looks lucky tonight?
I mean, 7 is traditionally lucky.
I mean, I was thinking of 7 myself. What about you, Serial Quizzer?
Yeah, go for it.
7 it is then. Let's take a look behind digit number 7 and see, is there a 7 in your code? Oh, we've got a nice bit of symmetry going on here now. We hope the colours don't...
I appreciate the pattern on the board.
You do appreciate the symmetry there. Not in the first box. We're hoping it doesn't go red, because that would be perfect symmetry, and not good for you guys. It's not in box number 2. What about box number 3? Last chance on the 7. Is there a 7 in your code? Aha!
Hello!
Yes, yes indeed, there is. And we've got... I don't know what that is, but the shape that it's forming with half red, mostly red and a little bit green is a thing. Let's go on to the next question. You found a 7. Let's wrap that up before. Yeah, let's wrap it up. There we go. It's gone. Now, we're going to move on to board number 5. Now, at this point, you get to decide 2 of the questions to see. You don't get to see all 3. I will then show you the questions. I will then give it to the audience, and then you can have a conversation. So if you could keep the conversation to a minimum before I've shown the questions, have a little chat, of course, but not going into too much detail about what ifs and maybes and giving away potential answers. That would be grand. Then you can see the 2 options, and only the 2, and you then must make a decision about what is the truth, even though you can't see one of them. So let's go take a look at the options for board number 5. They are Lane Pun, Chrysler Building, Capricorn. Any of those leaping out at you?
I'm okay on star signs, so I wouldn't mind C.
Okay,
Yeah.
have a look at C.
Yeah, I'm good at business, so maybe Chrysler Building.
So we're thinking Capricorn and Chrysler Building. Shadowmane, are you okay with that?
Yeah, those are the ones that I was leaning towards myself.
Okay, we will leave the question for lame pun as a mystery for now, and we will reveal B and C. I'll then throw it open to the audience, and then I'll let you have a little chat. So, first of all, question number B. What structure surpassed the Eiffel Tower in 1930 as the tallest structure in the world? And question number C. Which zodiac sign is often associated with the northern tropics? Twitch chat, you've got about 20 seconds to think about this, and your time starts now. If you think that the Chrysler Building surpassed the Eiffel Tower as the world's tallest structure in 1930, type B. If you think the zodiac sign often associated with the northern tropics is Capricorn, type C. And if you don't think either of those are true, then you need to type A. One of them will be thank you to Kasani for these questions. Now then, what do we think of that?
I feel like the northern one is Cancer.
Yeah, I was thinking the Tropic of Cancer is more associated with the north, but the Tropic of Capricorn is associated with the south.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm confident that Chrysler Building was the tallest in 1930.
Ooh, okay.
Because it's made around that time and...
So you're sorry, Sadame, Cyril, because you think it was?
Yeah, so it was made around that time, and then obviously it would have surpassed Eiffel Tower.
So made around that time.
Yeah, and since northern line is Tropic of Cancer, the southern one is Tropic of Capricorn. So.
Aha, so that would give some credence to that. So, I mean, what do you think lame pun might be relating to then, guys? Any thoughts at all?
I don't know, something in Japanese probably.
Oh, yeah.
Could be something in Japanese. Well, you do need to make a decision as to what you're going to lock in, just based on the information that you have there. So, Serial Quizzer sounded reasonably confident with the year of the Chrysler Building. Certainly knows the year it was. Whether it was the tallest or not, we can't be quite sure. What do we want to go for?
If Serial Quizzer is confident, I'm happy to go with B.
Yeah, if he's confident on B, then I think it's up to us to take it.
Yeah.
Serial Quizzer, are you happy that the team's putting their faith in you here?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
But tense also.
Let's keep our fingers crossed and lock in B. A lot of B locking going on tonight. So, we are locked in, so we now have to reveal question number A, and we'll see if that makes you feel better, worse, or about the same. We're pretty sure it's not C. We weren't quite so sure about B, but we were airing towards yes. Let's have a look at A and see if that changes your mind. What does the word kusa mean as a Japanese internet slang? Absolutely right about the Japanese. Do we think that's right or wrong?
I mean...
No idea.
No clue.
Well, you were in the right, certainly in the right ballpark when you said Japanese there, Shadowmaze. So your mind reading powers. Oh my God, Dylan, don't just come start waving things at me when we're in the middle of the game. So we are locked in with B now. So we are going to reveal. Computer, is B the correct answer? It certainly is. Very well done.
Serial.
Great knowledge there from Serial Quizzer. And I can tell you that, in fact, yes, the Chrysler Building was the world's tallest building from 1930 to 1931, built in New York City.
Yeah, then the Empire State Building crossed, I think.
Empire State Building came a year later, 1931, quite right. So, let's reveal those other answers. The Japanese one we weren't really sure about, but we maybe had an inclination that it was to do with Japanese culture. Let's take a look. The answer was, kusa means big laughter rather than lame pun. So same sort of ballpark. But Dylan, please, can you... Yes, it's very good, Dylan, but I'm in the middle of a game. Can you... No, Dylan, can you clip? Sorry, everybody. Dylan, you can't just... Sorry, can everyone just stand by a minute? I need to go to B right back. I'll be right back. Right. Sorry about that. Everything hopefully back on now. Having to have words with two keen little boys. Or one keen, but two with T-O-O. Right, where were we? A, we were revealing C. You thought not Capricorn, you thought it might actually be more likely to be...
The Tropic of Cancer.
Tropic of Cancer. Yes, it was absolutely the right answer. We've got a handful of players, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 5, and of those 5, 2 of them have found a digit in the code as well. So you've now got another opportunity to find digit number 2. You've found the 7, there are only 2 more to find, and you've got a choice of 6. So 1 in 3 of finding the code. What would you like to look for next?
You want to put it into a joint consensus again?
Yeah, it worked last time. What are you feeling, Shelly?
Right now, I'm kind of feeling 8 is probably lucky.
Me too.
Serial Quizzer, what do you think?
Yeah, go for it. I have no preference.
Okay, let's go for 8, and we're completing that crossblade here. Let's have a look. Is there an 8 in your code? Round and round they go. Obviously, only 2 more to look for. What about box number 1? Is there an 8? Alas, no. Could there be an 8 in box number 2? Unfortunately, not. No 8 in your code. So, we go on. Same rules as before. You get to see 2 of the questions, and then we throw it open to the lobby, and then you get to have a little chat about it. Shout out to the Italy flag. Yes, indeed. It was a little bit Italian for a minute there, wasn't it, Abe? So, we've looked for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're about to have a look at board number 6. Take a look at these. Options are Professor Plum, Barbados, December. Which of those 2 would you like to look at?
If we assume the top one's Cluedo, I'd want to go with that.
Yeah, but I have heard Professor Plum before in Cluedo. So that could give us some kind of leeway.
Yeah. And
How are we on the second one? Barbados or December?
How are we on dates in general?
I mean,
it's very vague.
I mean, I'd like to say that I'm strong on my knowledge of December. I mean, that's when Christmas happens.
We like Christmas. Should we go with that?
Why not?
Are we happy with that, everybody? Professor Plum and December?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's reveal them in that order. First of all, question A. Which suspect in Cluedo is represented by the blue character? And question C. In the USA, Thanksgiving is celebrated in which month? So, Twitch audience, about 20 seconds to get your answers in, and that time starts now. If you think that the blue character in Cluedo is Professor Plum, you need to type A. If you think the Americans celebrate Thanksgiving in December, you need to type C. And if you think none of the above, you need to type B. And thank you again to Egg Fried Cheese for these questions. That is your time up. So, thoughts?
I think with the Cluedo one, we know it. That's Miss Scarlet, right?
Yeah. Professor Plum is usually purple, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You think Miss Scarlet is normally blue, you think, Zeus?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Scarlet is blue.
Oh, sorry. Mrs. Peacock, not Miss Scarlet. Miss Scarlet's red, my bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, Scarlet is
sorry.
red.
I wasn't giving anything away. I wasn't sure if you were being sarcastic or you misspoke. But,
I blame the gin.
blame the gin, good plan. So we don't think A. What about C? US
That's
Thanksgiving.
I'm pretty sure that Thanksgiving is the 4th Thursday of November, and then the day after that they have Black Friday, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's completely correct. I work in online vouchers. Black Friday is a ridiculous day. It's definitely in November. So,
yeah. The one holiday I don't ever get to experience because I live in England.
Oh, we have it over here. We
it
have
still
got it
happens.
Here now. And in fact,
Yeah.
it lasts for like 2 or 3 weeks now. It's not really a thing anymore. It all sort of blurs into one. Based on that, then, do we want to go with B, Barbados?
Yeah, let's take Barbados.
Yeah, I agree.
Serial Quizzer?
Yeah.
Unanimous decision, then. Let's lock in B without even seeing it. There it is. It's locked in. So, let's take a look and see what the B question was and see if that makes you feel any better. On which Caribbean island was the singer Rihanna born?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct.
I'm happy with that.
Happy with that? Okay. Well, it'd be a shame if you weren't, because there's nothing you can do about it at this stage. Let's have a look. Computer, is B the correct answer? Yes, it was. She was born in Barbados. And no drama there. Still 5 players in the lobby with 6 out of 6, 2 of whom have got 1 digit in the code. Which means we're going to get a chance to look through another one. A, you said not Professor Plum. Zeus thought it was Miss Scarlet, but actually we think the answer to A might actually be...
Mrs. Peacock.
Mrs. Peacock is absolutely right. And US Thanksgiving, as we pointed out, Thanksgiving followed by Black Friday takes place on the last Thursday in November. No drama there. So back to the code board we go. We're halfway through and we found 1. So we're statistically more likely to find 1 on this next search than we are to not find 1. Though, of course, it is not impossible. Which would you like to go for? You've got a choice of 1, 3, 4, 6, or 0. Which is it next?
Do you guys want to make a sword?
Oh, yeah. Minecraft sword.
Yeah. Last time I made a sword, we got 2 digits out of it. So, yeah, let's do it again. Let's take O.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take Zeus. Not looking for. There's a joke here, Zeus, about swords somewhere, which I'm not going. I'll let you make, if you like.
This is a family show.
Is there a 0 in your code? Round and round. Round and round. First box. Oh, a good start.
Oh, here we go.
Number 1 is good for the 0. So, 0 blank 7. We are very, very close to cracking the code. A maximum of 4 more boards to visit. And, of course, you could win at any point now. But you have got to go through, as the chat are saying, hard mode now in the last phase of the game. You only get to see the questions 1 at a time. And then you must either lock in or eliminate from the game. Over in the lobby, Prugs is now in the lead with 6 correct answers and 2 digits in the code. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's the only person with 2 digits in the code, which is quite an achievement, actually. So well done. Though it looks like Prugs is not going to find the 3rd digit because you've already looked for that and it wasn't there. So Prug, that last column can't go up any higher, but the first one certainly could. So, you know the drill. I'll reveal the question. I'll then give it to the chat first. Chat, be cautious because you only have 10 seconds or so to get your answer in here. And if you think it's true, you type T for true. If not, you have to leave it blank. And hot seat players, just a fair warning to you. Even if you leave the last answer till the end, then I still have to give it to the lobby for them to confirm. Otherwise, it counts it as wrong. So do give me a minute to go through that with them. So without any further ado, let's go on to board number 7. Options are straight, hooker, merrily we roll along. Now, you can only see one of those, and then you must make a decision on it. Which ones are leaping out at you? Or one is leaping out at you. And it's 8 Mickey's Saturday night plans, apparently.
Against my better judgment, I want to go for the middle.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Be this on our heads.
You'd like the hooker, would you, Zeus?
Yeah, of course.
Sierra Quizzer, are you happy with hookers? With hooker, sorry. Sounded like change what it says now.
Yeah, happy with the option.
Okay, Shadowbane?
Why not? Let's take some hooker.
Let's take the hooker and see what comes up. I'm going to give it to the lobby first, so nice and quiet from the hot seat while I give it to them. Welcome to Channel 5. Sorry, Oni. Let's take a look at question number B. Rugby players at each end of the scrum are called what? Twitch audience, you have got 10 seconds to get your answer in and your time starts now. If you think that rugby players at the end of each scrum are called hookers, then type T for true. If not, do not whisper. So, that question has been exhausted for the lobby. Twitch audience, sorry, hot seat audience, hot seat players. What do you think?
I mean, I did think it was going to be rugby, and I thought it was going to be what number it is, because I know it's number 9, but I don't know where it actually is.
Oh. Uh-oh. This is the situation we have in hard mode.
The hook, like, surely the hooker is like pulling it like pulling the ball out, because in the scrum they're all like bunched up together, and the hooker like hooks it out. So that would be really difficult to do if you're at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
And also,
think
go on.
yeah, along the same line that it has to be basically a center position maybe.
It has to be in the left-hand position.
It shouldn't be at the end. I mean, hooker should basically mean somewhere different, but I don't know rugby much. So.
I'm also thinking of the logic in that if I know it's position number 9 or it's shirt number 9, there's only one of them, so it can't be at each end.
So
right?
yeah, if there's only one of them and it's mentioning at each end, then that must mean that there must be 2. And if there's only one of them, then it can't be a hooker.
I'm sorry, chat are just being absolutely outrageous at the moment. Behave yourselves, all of you.
I can imagine the chaos going on in Terrible Voice chat right now.
I'm gonna have to press a button for it, I think.
That would be an ecumenical matter.
I don't know if you hear that in the room, but
I heard it.
Oh yeah, very nice. Ding for that. Right. What are we thinking then? B? Are we thinking not so much B?
If we've reasonably logicked it out, then it's not B.
Yeah, I'm happy to say false for B.
You want me to get rid of B?
Yes, get rid of the hookers.
We shall get rid of the hooker then. And the hooker is gone. So, we can't go back to B. B is out of the game, so we're left with A or C. Which would you like to see next? Straight or Merrily We Roll Along?
Any preference, you guys?
I'm kind of leaning towards straight. I don't know about you.
Let's go for it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're all happy, shall we have a look at question A?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with A.
Okay, let's have a look. We've had a look at the hooker. Now let's go straight. Let's take a look. Don't press the red button, Ben, and lock it in, for God's sake. The green button is what you want. Let's have a look. In poker, a hand that contains all cards of one suit is called what? Twitch audience, your time starts now. If you think that a poker hand containing all one suit is called a straight, type T for true. If not, leave it blank. And that's the Twitch audience time up. What do we think in the hot seat?
That would be a flush if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I agree.
Because a straight is numbers in an ascending order but are of different hands, different suits.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had the 3, 5, 6, 8, and 10 of hearts, that would be a flush.
Yeah.
Yep, agreed.
So, on that logic then, are we going to lock in C, Merrily We Roll Along, without seeing it? For the second time, we'd be locking in without seeing it.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go with Merrily We Roll Along.
Okay, let's lock in C. Let's, of course, bring the other questions back to life. Let's take a look at question number C and see what was behind Merrily We Roll Along. Directed by Lonnie Price, Best Worst Thing That Ever Could Have Happened was a 2016 documentary about the making of what infamous Broadway flop? Feeling the same, better, worse, indifferent?
Never heard of this.
Never heard
Me
of it.
neither.
No idea.
Well, you are locked in, and we've sort of dismissed B. We've definitely dismissed A. Could it be that C is the correct answer? Computer, can you tell us, is C the correct answer? It certainly
thank
is.
goodness.
Very well played. And I've just realised I didn't throw it out to the Twitch audience, so sorry if you... That is basically a dead question for the Twitch audience. Sorry, that's my bad. Even after explaining it at the beginning, I completely forgot to do it. Sorry. I should have thrown out the answer and then revealed the question and then thrown it to the audience. Sorry, that's my bad, audience. Very sorry. But on the other hand, it means nobody gets any points for that question, so it's just sort of a flat question. No, I still have to send it into the audience for reasons that escape me. Reasons of being a bad programmer 12 months ago, let's call it that. I'm very sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me in the Twitch audience. Don't all leave. I promise I'll give you the next one. If we get a next one, we might not. But yes, small error. My bad. But for you guys, it's good news. Let's just take a look at the other options, the other answers that with Sondheim never forgives. He never forgives and he never forgets. Sorry, Sweeney Todd there. A, not a straight, it was actually.
It's a flush.
Yes, it is. It is indeed a flush. It's Future Ben talking about Past Ben. Yeah, Past Ben was a douche. We don't want to reference Past Ben. He was more so than he is now. Question number B. Not hooker. Not hooker. We sort of dismissed that, thinking it wouldn't make sense because you, as Zeus said, there's only one of them on the number 9, so it couldn't be each end. And if you want to hook something out, you're not going to be at the end. You want to be sort of closer in. So, any ideas what it might be?
Can't name any other rugby positions. The linebacker's American football, isn't it? I'm not even. I know. I don't.
No,
yeah, I don't know the first thing about rugby.
Claire is saying number 8. Jogging Chum is saying hooker is number 2. Claire saying number 8. DJ thinks prop. Let's take a look. Prop is the right answer. Very good answer there, DJ. And apologies if I've denied you that. But a little slipper. We haven't played the code for about a month. So, what is an end of a scrum? That's a good. Claire asks a good question. What is the end of a scrum? Good philosophical question for another time. But right now, we've got to look for the third and final digit of your code. If you can find it on this turn, then you win the jackpot of £5,500. Get a coveted place on that leaderboard. And while I'm bigging this up. Code 95 in the lobby if you want a bonus code, because I didn't even do one at the lobby entrance, so I need to do another one after the game as well. But code 95, I'll do it now while you don't have to type anything in. If you don't find it this time, then we have to go through another hardboard in just a moment. But if you do find it now, you win £5,500, get that coveted place on the leaderboard, and that would be very exciting. And then the jackpot will reset to 3,000 for the next time that we play. So, 10 seconds to claim that. Penny, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stop that there then. 37 players, and one of them new. Welcome, new person claiming your first penny right there. Welcome to the fam. So, what's it going to be? First attempt at number 3, a 1, a 3, a 4, or a 6?
What do you think, guys?
I think all the numbers have gone down to the bottom left, so maybe 4.
Maybe. Serial quiz, do you think it might be 4?
There's no way to find out.
Yeah, let's see if gravity favors south left. Let's take the 4.
We're going to look for number 4. If 4 is the last digit of your code, then you've won 5,500 points and a coveted place on that leaderboard. If not, we go to another board. I wish you the best of luck. Is the final digit of your code a 4? Around and around it goes. Is it 4? It is a 4! And you have cracked the code!
Brilliant work, guys.
Well done.
Played. We have not seen the code getting cracked for a long time. I think that might be the first time we've seen it this year, and after 7 boards, you have cracked the code 047. Enormous congratulations, 5,500 points, and we'll put that on the leaderboard in just a moment. Before we do that, I'm going to use the code leaderboard for the first time. No, I'm not. I'm going to add miscellaneous pennies to our hot seat players. Now cut that out, and Proogs. Both getting 6 out of 6. Would have been 7, but I rather bodged the last question. And both having 2 digits in their code. So now cut that out. is going to get a miscellaneous penny. Boop. And also, Proogs, PR00GS, is going to get a miscellaneous penny. Poop. Because there's no leaderboard, official leaderboard, so it's just miscellaneous pennies for this one, which I can do. So, extra penny for each of you, very well played. And as for you guys in the hot seat, I need to make sure I fill in all of these boxes correctly, because there's quite a few more for the code leaderboard. Player name, I put you all in as one, so Serial Quizzer, Zeusless, and Shadow Main PX41. Just before I do that, I'm just going to go and check in with the app to make sure that it does display like that, because I get really OCD slightly about how the things are laid out, and I'm pretty sure I just put them all in separate with a comma and then an ampersand for the last one. But I'm going to go and check leaderboards, the code. Yes, comma and then an ampersand. And the points you've won are 5,500, enter player score 5500, and award pennies. Code leaderboard position added for Serial Quizzes, Zeus and Shadowmane. That will be updated after the stream when I push the data. Would you like to go and see it in all its glory?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And there it is, becoming the 7th players to grace the leaderboard and joint second place with Clive and Ash. Serial Quizzer, Zeusless, and Shadowmane. There you are on the leaderboard, 5,500 points. Very many congratulations. It's been a while. It feels like it's been a long time coming, but we finally cracked the code. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling ecstatic.
Yeah, very happy. Bit of redemption.
Yes. Well, redemption, as you say, Zeus, from the IRL version, and a very good game, well played after 7 boards. And thank you to all our question writers whose questions have contributed this evening. I'm going to pop you back into the green room, but I hope you've had fun. Very many congratulations again, and I hope I'll see you around for Eggheads shortly.
Thank you.
I mean, I know you'll see me there because I'm one of the Eggheads.
Oh yes, you are, aren't you? So you will certainly be there, won't you, Shadowmane? Right. Well, I'll leave you in the green room then, Shadowmane. You stay there, and we'll speak to you in a few minutes. Thank you very much to all 3 of you, and I'll see you another time.
Hey, see ya.
I'm just going to pop them up the road into the next room and deafen there, which is good. And that's done. And I can maximize that again. Well, it has been a long time coming, but we have finally cracked the code again, which means next time we play, the jackpot will go back down to 3,000 points and we start all over again. Can anybody else come and crack the code? We will find out when we play again in about 4 weeks' time. For the rest of this evening, though, we are going to go and take a visit to the Eggheads. So if you were an Egghead last time, or if you were a challenger last time, and you beat the Eggheads, namely, that is... let me find the list of names. Now cut that out. Shadowmane, M. Clemson, We Like Shapes, and Claire. If you are one of those 5 people, definitely make sure you get yourselves into the lobby. If you would like to play Eggheads as a challenger, again, you need to make sure you have a microphone at the ready and be in the Persephone's Chair Discord server. Then make sure you do come and do that. I'll give out extra pennies in the next game. I'll remember to do that. If you haven't got a microphone, there is a lobby game. 1 point for every correct multiple choice answer, and I think 3 points if you get the tiebreaker questions right, if and when we see them. For now, though, congratulations to Serial Quizzer, Zeus, Shadowmane. I'm going to check that my wine is nice and chilled and pour myself a glass of that, and I will be back in just a few minutes time, so sit tight and I'll be back with Eggheads in just a minute. But congratulations once again, Serial Quizzer, Zeus and Shadowmane, you have cracked the code. These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in our community. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team on the internet. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads! Now cut that out, Charmaine and Clemson, We Like Shapes and Claire proved victorious last time. Can anybody beat them? You need to come and join the lobby. And now if you self-exclude, you will go red, which is completely fine. And you'll notice our Eggheads up in the top right-hand corner. They will go blue once they've joined the lobby. Just a little quality of life addition here. So a reminder, if you want to come and play Eggheads in voice, you do need a microphone and membership of the Discord, which you can go and join right there. If for whatever reason you don't want to come and play, either maybe you've played recently or because you've just played a game tonight, if you're in with the code, then was I an asshole? Possibly, WIAA, that's a good thing for that. I'm not possibly you were, I'm sure you weren't an asshole, JY. I'm sure you weren't. But if you want to self-exclude, that's completely fine. If you want a chance to come and play in the hot seat with a microphone, then do join the lobby and all will be well. Yeah, there is a lobby game integrated on this, and it's largely multiple choice. You're on a timer in the lobby, even though our hot seat players are not necessarily. But I will try and keep it pacey and choppy. We're already at 9:20, just one game of the code in, but a good game of the code, I think you'll agree. So, just wait for a few more players to come and join the game. And yeah, type the code again and you leave, which is handy. But type the code, come and join the game, and if you want to come play, Eggheads. I'm going to go and make good on my promise of a cat in a minute. Oh, I can't because this has got an internal camera, so actually I'm not going to be able to do that one. But I'll do it after the stream. Remind me afterwards, Samster, because you must have your Ted. The other friendlier cat has appeared. He's right behind me actually at this point, so. I could just scoop him up now, but the camera's not actually on, so that would be a problem. Ozzy, when the camera comes on, I'm going to pick you up and show you off. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 12, 34 players in. Pick up at some other time and green screen. That would be quite funny. Didn't buy the Alan Rickman one yet. Yeah, well, the Alan Rickman one is still there. I have to practice my Alan Rickman voice, which is a bit more like my normal voice. And my stream voice is a bit higher, a bit faster. My Alan Rickman voice is like my normal speaking voice, but just a little bit more. The cat is like an anti-wheel. He's not an anti-wheel. He's very sweet. He's the friendly one. Unlike Penny, who objects to being picked up under any circumstances ever. Right. I'm not sure we're going to get any more, so let's lock it up. We've got our 5 eggheads in, so let's see who our challenges are going to be to take them on this week. Ben's J, Jogging Chum, Riff Raccoon, Ass Backwards, and Tipster. If you'd like to make your way down towards the green room, and we will bring you in for sound testing and then into the game. I'm going to undeafen. I'm also going to unmute OBS, and I'm going to share my screen with you so that you all can see it in real time. Oh, I never stopped sharing my screen, so that should hopefully still be there. So, our new challenges: Ben's J, Jogging Chum, Riff Raccoon, Ass Backwards, and Tipster. And remember, if you beat the Eggheads, you get to come back as the Eggheads next time. If you don't, the Eggheads continue their reign of terror over you all. Nice lineup on both sides, says JY. It looks like this could be a good battle. Could be a good battle between the two of them. We're going to see how the questions fall. This is where the green room starts getting very full. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But one of them is score count. So who's not there yet? We've got a Ben's J, a Jogging Chum. We've got... there we go. Someone else just joined. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That looks about right. So 10 plus score count. He's going to start shepherding players in just a moment, and all will be well, hopefully. And if you're playing in the lobby, remember, whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot. Keep your eye on the chat, because when the question appears in chat, the question is live. And for the vast majority of this game, it's either A, B, or C. It won't say A, B, C on the screen. It just says the answers, because that's the aesthetic that is the what was on the original. But you will get the question in chat, and you'll get letters A, B, C, and that's all you need to type to the bot until we get to the tiebreakers, if we get some tiebreakers, and then it becomes a full answer. Oh, Bill Shakespeare, first where the vaccine has died, unrelated illness. Oh, that sucks. That's not so good, but still, good pub trivia knowledge. Second person. He was second, wasn't he? Second person. I thought the first one was a lady. Yeah. Anyway. Right. Just waiting on one more sound check here. I'm not quite sure who that is. I'm assuming that's maybe Ass Backwards. Let me go through and do roll call. Toot, are you here?
I am. Sorry, I thought you were going to start with the rivals.
Oh, that might make sense. I'm just going through them as they appear on screen. Shadowmane, you in?
Yep, I'm here.
Hello again. M. Clemson?
I'm here.
Welcome. Shapes?
I'm here.
Hello. And Claire?
Present.
Lovely. There's our 5 eggheads. And let's see if we've got our challengers. Ben's J.
Good evening.
Good evening. Jogging Chum.
Evening.
Lovely to have you. Riff Raccoon.
All right.
Hello. Welcome to the game. Ass Backwards. No. Tipster.
Ahoy.
Hello. So we're just waiting on Ass Backwards. Looks like there's some sound testing going on with Score there. Hopefully they'll be with us shortly. So Eggheads returning. No, you're right. I should speak to the challengers first. So challengers, how are you feeling going up against this formidable team of Eggheads? Ben's J, have you got any history with any of the Eggheads?
Not too much aside from a couple face-off bouts.
Couple of face-off bouts with now cut that out indeed. How are you feeling? What are you thinking is going to be your strong categories, or what are you hoping is going to come up?
Recent things, American things.
Recent. Last I checked, I didn't think there was a category called recent things. But we may get some recent things in the questions all the same. Best of luck to you.
We'll see. I think I'm coming in with no excellent. I'm coming in with no preconceptions.
No preconceptions. Probably a good way to be. Jogging Chum, nice to have you here. Anything in particular you're looking forward to or not looking forward to?
Well, I consider myself to be strongest on music-based
Okay.
stuff and entertainment-based stuff and popular culture.
Music, entertainment, popular culture. Hoping to see something in that nature tonight. Best of luck to you. Riff Raccoon, anything in particular you're looking forward to?
Just questions I know the answers to.
Questions.
Probably won't. Is that a category?
Unfortunately not, but maybe you'll get some of those within the categories that are here anyway. We'll have to see. Best of luck to you. And Tipster, anything in particular you're looking forward to or not looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to going head to head with Eggheads tonight because I haven't really done a head to head in a while actually. So we'll see how it goes.
I think the last time you had a head-to-head with somebody, you won. Certainly the last one I remember. I can't remember who it was.
Yes, I did, Ben. I can't quite remember who it was. It'll come back to me sooner or later.
Some idiot who didn't know that red sky at night was shepherd's delight and red sky at morning was shepherd's warning, despite the fact he'd said that literally 2 seconds before offering his answer.
I mean, it's interesting what happens when you're under the pressure, I suppose.
Yes, it is. That's my line as well. Welcome to the game, Tipster. And Tipster, yes, referring to our host face-off, where Tipster and I went head-to-head. And
Blue's Clues! You might score Blue's Clues. Exactly.
Blue's Clues. And yeah, Tipster ended up winning that one, but there'll be a grudge match at some point, I'm sure. As backwards, I think we're still getting mic'd up, so we'll see how we get along there. Let's go to our Eggheads. Toot, welcome back.
Hello.
On the left side of the studio this time, do you feel that you are where you belong?
I mean, everyone who ends up here has been swiftly eliminated. I didn't win the last game that I head-to-head even, so I can't say I deserve to be here, but we'll see what we can do.
We will indeed. And Shadowmane, talking to you a lot this evening. You're in for game number 2. How are you feeling? Are you look forward to being an Egghead for the evening?
I'm very excited to see how these 5 stack up. Especially Riff Raccoon. He's quite new to this scene.
Yes, the Riff's been with us just 4 or 5 weeks now, so still we've seen him on Wheel of Fortune, and we've seen one of his red herrings packs, but not a lot else. So we'll maybe you'll get to go head to head against Riff Raccoon. We'll have to wait and see. Best of luck to you, Shadowmane. And M. Clemson, welcome back to you as well. Lovely to have you here.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can function. I had my jab earlier today, so I'm still sane at the moment, but
right,
I'm trying not to collapse.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Yes, I'm still slightly delayed, mine, just because I'm sort of up and down the country a bit this week. And last time I checked, the closest one was 40 miles away, so it's not quite convenient yet. But we hope that you stay safe and sane with us, and good on you for getting jabbed, and the best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
And Shapes with a new avatar to the point where actually when the Egghead started coming up at the beginning, I thought something had gone wrong because I didn't recognise it.
No, I think it was finally time I got round to putting a proper picture in there rather than a sort of photo I'd once taken to remind myself where we'd parked.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, that's in a shopping village somewhere just outside Rotterdam.
I'm going to have to go and look on a VOD now and actually look. I'll look at that with fresh eyes, I think, on your old avatar. Welcome to the game, Shapes, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
And Claire, good evening to you.
Hello.
How are you keeping?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. And what particular categories are you hoping to see or not hoping to be faced? Or maybe you don't want to tell me if you don't want to give too much away to the challenges.
I am obviously awesome at everything, so nothing will be too much of a challenge tonight.
Well, the fighting words from Egghead number 5 there. I think we do look like we have got a 5th challenger now. So Ass Backwards, hello.
Hello.
Lovely to have you here, and you're on the challengers team. Any particular categories or topics you're looking forward to seeing?
Science probably, or yeah, just mainly science.
Science. Well, we'll see what we can do with the science category. The very best of luck to all 10 of you. Just the housekeeping at the beginning. challenges, obviously, I will discuss. Let's point that way because that's where you are on the screen. I'll discuss with you guys who wants to play the category. Try not to spend all day arguing over who does and who doesn't want to do it. Just even if you don't think it's your best one, then maybe stick your arm forward if you're sort of halfway there and no one's being forthcoming. And then you get to pick the egghead. Everyone else, when you are not in a direct head-to-head, if you could keep your microphones muted, that would be great, just in the interest of keeping the integrity of the game. And it goes without saying, obviously, no helpers in the form of Googling or search engines or anything like that, but also no secret private chats where you're discussing things with the rest of the team. We're going to keep it friendly and fair along the way. So, challengers versus eggheads. Let's see what the first category tonight is going to be. It's music. So, challengers, you've got a choice of who's going to play the music category and who you'd like to face.
Didn't someone say they were good at music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would defer it to them.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm pretty good with modern music, but pretty bad at other music. I would go for that if they say they are good at music.
Jogging Chum, how are you with classical music? Because you said you were okay at entertainment and music.
I'm not too hot on the classical side of things.
Okay.
But it's fine. I could just pick somebody who's also not very good at classical music.
That is fair.
Certainly could. So, Jogging Chum, are you volunteering to take on music?
Yes.
Fantastic. We'll put you in. And who would you like to face off against? Wrong game, I know. Which egghead would you like to duel against? Wrong game again. Which egghead would you like to play?
This is where my tactic falls short because I have no idea if any of these people are good at classical music or not. I'm going to go up against. Let's pick Shadowmane.
Shadowmane, okay. Player 2 versus Player 2. Jogging Chum and Shadowmane, we will go to the studio. And if everyone else can mute, that would be grand. Let's go to the studio. Now, Jogging Chum, would you like to play first or second?
I'll go first, please.
You'll go first. Okay, so Twitch chat, get ready. You're after A, B, or C, whispering A, B, or C to the bot. Jogging Chum, very best of luck. Here is your first music question. Which German classical pianist composed a set of 21 Hungarian dances in 1879, the most well-known of which being number 5? Was it Johannes Brahms, Richard Wagner, or Felix Mendelssohn? And once again, sorry, I've once again forgotten to update the text mesh. What is going on? Why can I never remember to do that? Lobby play? Oh, I don't even know where it is now. What are you thinking, Jogging Chum?
I think that all of these people are German.
Right.
So I think it's just going to be. I don't think it's Wagner.
Okay.
There's no real reason for that. I'm going to plump for Brahms.
I just found the thing I'm looking for. Give me a second just to tweak this text mesh. Put one up at 9. That's where that should be. In fact, they should all be there. I really must remember to do that. I should probably write that down because they're always in the wrong place. Because I changed it. Originally, they were going to have A, B, or C written here, and then I changed my mind. So they now need to be vertically centered rather than vertically aligned to the bottom. That's what that was all about. Apologies. I didn't hear what you said, Jogging Chum. Can you say that again for me?
I'd like to go for Brahms, thank you.
Brahms, Johannes Brahms. Let's lock in A. Shadow, any ideas on this?
Personally, I would have gone with Mendelssohn.
You would have gone Mendelssohn. Well, I can reveal the correct answer is Johannes Brahms. Good start, Jogging Chum. You're 1 for 1. So, Shadowmane, coming to you next. Take a look at this. The shamisen, or shamisen, is a Japanese string instrument containing how many strings? Is it 4? Is it 3? Or is it 5?
I love this instrument so much. It's 3 strings, Ben. Final answer.
We're not playing Millionaire. We're not playing Millionaire now, Shadowmane, but I will lock in 3 as your answer. Jogging Chum, did you know this one?
Yes.
You did. Is Shadowmane right?
Of these 3, I would have said 3. I originally thought it was 1, but of these 3, I would have said 3. So I think he is right.
Yeah, absolutely right. 3, the correct answer. Very well done. 1 point apiece. Gonna come back over to you, Jung Chum. Charlemagne, putting the pressure right back on you. Here's your second question. Darude, the dance musician that wrote Sandstorm, entered the Eurovision Song Contest in 2019, representing his home country. Where was it? Was it Norway? Was it Finland? Or Denmark?
Ooh.
Very topical answer.
But the first thing I'm thinking is that it's not Finland. They're not particularly into their kind of dancey stuff, if I remember correctly. Like, I'm only basing that on the fact that Lordi won. So it's either Norway or Denmark. I am going to say that it is Denmark, please.
You got to lock in Denmark.
Yes, please.
Charlemagne, do you have any feeling on this?
I mean, aside from the meme, I would have said Denmark.
From the meme, we would have said Denmark. You would have both been wrong, I'm afraid. And actually, Jogging Chum, the first one you immediately dismissed was the right answer. It is, in fact, Finland.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, still on 1. Charlemagne, a chance to take advantage here of that error. Take a look at your second question. What is the name of the 1936 jazz standard written by Duke Ellington, commonly known for its challenging drum patterns as seen in the film Whiplash? Is it Harlem, Perdido, or Caravan?
Ooh, I've not heard of this. Though, I think Perdido does not stick out to me in terms of an answer. I am tossing it up between Harlem and Caravan myself. And I mean, I'm kind of drawing some etymological relation between Harlem and this. I'm mincing words basically, but I have a gut feeling that it might be Harlem if I had to choose between Harlem and Caravan.
You're gonna play Harlem then?
Yeah, why not? Let's take Harlem.
Harlem it is. Jogging Chum, did you know this one?
Yes, I believe it is Caravan.
I believe it's Caravan, and you believe absolutely right. Charlemagne, swing and a miss. It's 1-1 still. So, Jogging Chum, coming back to you, and a chance to put the pressure on Charlemagne, or a chance to put some pressure on yourself. Take a look at your third question. Chuck D and Flavor Flav, or Flava Flav, formed which rap group in 1985? Was it a Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, or Run DMC?
It's actually Flava Flav.
Flava Flav, sorry. Your grace is quite correct.
No, I'm just kidding. It's Public Enemy.
Charlemagne, is he right?
That's the one I went with too, Public Enemy.
Yeah, absolutely right. Public Enemy formed in 1985. And Charlemagne, some pressure really on you here. If you get this one right, then we go to a tiebreaker. If you get it wrong, then I'm afraid, Charlemagne, you are out of the final and Jogging Chum is through. Let's take a look at your third question. In which American city is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Is it Nashville? Is it Cleveland? Or is it Chicago?
I hope that my memory is serving me well, because I think I've heard of this being in Cleveland.
You want to play Cleveland?
Yeah, I'll play Cleveland.
Jogging Chum, is he right?
I don't actually know. I think I was going to say Nashville, mostly because to me that has more musical connotations for that city.
Uh-huh.
But
well,
I'm not 100% convinced.
I can say I would have actually gone for Chicago out of those three, for what it's worth. But I can say that one of you is right, and one of you is wrong. And on this occasion, Charlemagne, you're absolutely right. It is Cleveland. So, it is 2 apiece after that. And we go to our first tiebreaker. The computer is telling me we have got 13 music tiebreakers. Other than general knowledge, it is the one with the most. So, no multiple choice here. Just going to show the lobby because I can do that. And I don't know if you can read that, if you can hopefully make out your avatars at least a little bit. Oni is currently in the lead though with 5. But In this tiebreaker situation, you need to give a full answer, and a correct answer will score you 3 points rather than just 1. Those are the current scores as they stand. So, Jogging Chum, tiebreaker in music. Here is the question. In 1994, the Senegalese singer Youssou N'Dour performed with which British singer on the hit single 7 Seconds?
That was Nana Cherry.
Nana Cherry, sure?
Yes. I think so.
Absolutely right. Nana Cherry, right answer. You're 1 for 1. And the pressure coming right back onto Shadowmane here now. Shadowmane, if you get this one wrong, you're out of the game. If not, we go to another tiebreaker. Take a look at this. Which jazz artist had 3 children called John, Ravi, and Oren? Getting all the jazz questions tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think of the jazz artists. I think Jogging Chum played very tactically going with me because usually I'm terrible when it comes to music.
What do you think, Shadowmane? You're gonna have to press for an answer.
This is going to sound really random, and I'm so sorry, team, but Jimmy Davis.
Jimmy Davis. You're saying Jimmy Davis. I've heard of Miles Davis, a famous trumpeter, but the answer, I'm afraid, is not Jimmy Davis. The answer is, in fact... Jogging Chum, do you know?
I would have guessed Miles Davis, but I have absolutely no idea.
No, not Miles Davis. It is, in fact, John Coltrane. John Coltrane.
Yeah.
So, at the end of that, it means, Jogging Chum, you have secured yourself a place in the final. Very well done. Challengers 1 for 1. Shadowmane, I'm afraid you don't get to play in the final, but hopefully your team will fare better. Let's bring you both back into the studio.
I'm just glad it wasn't a total washout, because you know my track record when it comes to music.
No, you did good. Certainly gave it a good go there. So, Shadowmane goes out. Let's just take a peep at the lobby after those 2 tiebreakers as well. Oni still in the lead now, extending it a little bit with 8. Adster's on 6. Mr. Quiz is on 5. Big Man Aaron 4. ABME, Keshi, Zeus, Dogfish, Car, Pirate Pygmy all on 3. Ines, Drude, Tom, Sparrow Castle, Tunitin, 8, Minky, SM, Midi all on 2. Prugs, Kira, Applecast, J White, Energia all on 1. Clive, Milklike, and Serial Quizzer yet to score. So, challengers, coming back to you. You've got 1 in the final straight away. So you've now got a choice: Benz J, Riff Raccoon, Ass Backwards, or Tipster on the subject of sport.
Does anybody do sports? Because I heck don't.
Absolutely not. Sports.
If everyone's saying absolutely not, I can give it a go.
If you're willing to, Riff Raccoon, if you're gonna, like, all of us are taking a step back on this one, so feel free.
All right. So yeah, we'll do that then, shall we?
Okay, Riff is going to take on the sport question. Pat, very good of you, Riff. Who would you like to play? You've got a choice of Claire, Shapes, M. Clemson, or Toot.
Oh dear. I feel like this is where being new to the community is limiting my strategic abilities. So, hang on. Well, Toot is a palindrome. And palindromes are notoriously good at trivia, so we won't do that. Claire said they were good at everything, so that seems like I like Shapes. So, should we do Shapes?
Let's put Shapes on the stand. So, Riff Raccoon versus Shapes. Everyone else can mute for me. And Shapes and Riff, let's go to the studio room. And Riff Raccoon, you get the choice of the first or the second set. Which would you like?
I'll go first.
You'll go first. Okie dokie. So, first on the subject of sport then, Riff, here's your first question. The first co-hosted Football European Championships in Belgium and the Netherlands took place in which year? Was it 2004, 2008, or 2000?
I was worried something like this would come up. Well, I should know, but I don't live in England anymore, so I've stopped paying attention.
Aha, yes.
So I know.
Well, there's a European Championship between Belgium and the Netherlands.
Well, yeah, but I live in Canada, which isn't in Europe.
No, that's a fair point.
I think it was relatively recent. So I think England didn't qualify in 2008. It's Belgium and Netherlands. I should know this. I'm gonna go I'm going to go 2008 because honestly, if 2012 had been there, I might have picked that. So let's go 2008.
2008. Shapes, how's your sport?
My sport's all right, but this is. Well, it's a while back, but I'd have gone for 2008 as well because I think that it was the first held in more than one country, and it was a relatively recent innovation.
Well, I can say you're both of the same mindset, and that mindset is incorrect. It's actually as early as 2000.
Wow.
All the way back there. So, that is no points to the challengers, already on the back foot, and Shapes, a chance to score your first point for the Eggheads here. Which of these circuits will host both a Formula 1 and a MotoGP World Championship race in the 2021 season? Is it the Bahrain International Circuit, the Algarve International Circuit, or the Sepang International Circuit?
Okay, so I know a bit about Formula 1, but not much about MotoGP, so it's going to have to be a reasoned guess rather than a blind guess or a dead certainty. I know that sort of Bahrain is trying to market itself as a sort of location for international sport events. Just thinking whether Sepang might be as well. I'm going to go for Sepang.
Going for Sepang. Let's lock Sepang in. Riff, any thoughts on this?
My thoughts are I really don't like motor racing.
You and me both. And unfortunately for Shapes, he can't quite like it that much because he's given me the wrong answer. The answer is actually B, Algarve International Circuit. So, after that, it is 0-0. 0-0, love all. Nil point, 0-0. And Riff Raccoon, we come back to you for your second question. Have a look at this. Which of these boxing matches did Muhammad Ali lose? The Thriller in Manila, the Drama in Bahama, the Rumble in the Jungle.
So I think this is, again, it's something I should know. These are very famous. But unfortunately, boxing is even worse than motor racing, I think.
What do you think?
So,
what are you going for?
Well, I thought there was one where he lost to someone called Foreman or something, who may or may not be the grill man. I can't remember. It's just revealing all of my ignorance. I've got a funny feeling. I really like the name, the Drama in Bahama. I almost feel like that's just made up. If that's real, that's tremendous. I'm gonna say, oh dear, I'm gonna say the Rumble in the Jungle.
Rumble in the Jungle. Let's lock that in. Shapes, do you know this one?
I don't know. If you'd sort of shown me all these one by one, I'd have said he won all of them. But
well, he didn't.
Yeah.
He did win the Thriller in Manila, and unfortunately for Riff, he also won the Rumble in the Jungle. He did not, however, win the Drama in Bahama, which is not made up, and that was the correct answer. So, after 3 questions, no scores yet. So, Shapes, a chance to pull ahead here again for you. Here is your next sport question. What is the name for a match-winning move in judo? Hansokomake, Waza-ari, or Ippon?
So, I guess like quite a few of us, my only familiarity with seeing judo is when it comes around at the Olympics.
But I wondered if Ash the Bash might pop up in chat at that particular moment there, and he hasn't disappointed. Sorry, Shapes, go on.
So I do remember when sort of London 2012 rolled around, there was a lot of sort of potted guides to the various events, and I know that there was in judo a move or a achievement in the game known as an Ippon, and that if you, they explained it as like analogous to the golden goal, like if you achieved it after, or if a game was sort of, if a match was sort of level towards the end, whoever achieved the Ippon would be the winner. So I'm going to go for Ippon. Let's see. Hope my memory's not playing tricks on me here.
Jogging Chum, how's your judo? Not Jogging Chum, sorry, Riff Raccoon, how's your judo?
Yeah, see, this is the thing. I don't know about famous things like boxing, but I do know about the weird ones, and I'm pretty sure this is right. I think these are all ways of scoring. And yeah, a win by Ippon, it's like it doesn't matter how far behind you are, you can still win. Like, is it? I might be wrong. I think it might be where you like lift them up and drop them on their back or something. A bit violent.
Well, I'm sure we'll get some confirmation on these three from Ash the Bash in just a moment, but I can say for now, Shapes is absolutely right. Ippon is the right answer. And the pressure is now on Riff Raccoon.
Should have gone second.
Playing Cascade have gone second. Well, if you get this one wrong, Riff Raccoon, you won't have to worry about it for very long because the bout will be over and it will be Ippon to We Like Shapes. Ash, here we go. Yuko, Waza-Ari, Ippon are the three scoring markers. 2 times Waza-Ari is Ippon. There we go. Thank you very much, Ash, for the factoid there. I think this might be Oni's question pack we're working with here. Possibly. Riff Raccoon, here is your third and potentially final question on sport. It is. Thank you very much for the questions, Oni. After South Africa, which rugby union side are considered to be the second strongest African team, appearing in every World Cup since 1999? Is it Namibia? Is it Kenya? Or is it Zimbabwe?
Oh. So I've paid vague. Was it rugby union?
After South Africa, which rugby union side are considered to be the second strongest African team?
See, before it came up, I was thinking Namibia. Now Kenya's there. It's doing me a worry. But I'm gonna stick. I feel like I've seen Namibia there. I'm gonna say Namibia.
Gonna go Namibia. Shapes, how's your rugby union knowledge?
The only one of those I recognise as having been in the draw was of a Rugby World Cup is Namibia. I could imagine Kenya having appeared at some point as well, but I think Namibia are the strongest rugby playing country out of those three.
Well, Riff Raccoon thinking Namibia before the options came up, sticking with his gut, and he is absolutely right to do so. Namibia is the right answer, and just like that, we're level pegging again, 1 point apiece. However, Shapes has got a question in hand. Shapes, if you get this one right, then you go through to the final and you knock Riff Raccoon out. If not, we go to a tiebreaker. So have a look at this. In show jumping, what is the name of an obstacle consisting of 1 or more fences over a pool of water? Is it a Stoke? Is it an Oxford? Or is it a Liverpool?
Oh. I can visualise it, but unfortunately you're not asking me to do a drawing of one. So I'm going to see if I can logic this one out as well. I'm wondering if a Liverpool might be just there because it's mainly a pool, and that it's trying to subtly drag me that way in. So I'm going to rule that one out. Whether or not that's a good idea, we'll discover in due course. Stoke, I don't recognise that. So, on the basis of it being what's left, I'm going to go for an Oxford.
An Oxford. Jogging Chum. I've said it again. Riff Raccoon. Why do I keep saying Jogging Chum? I've no idea. Riff Raccoon, how is your steeplechase knowledge?
It's not. I'm not into the horses.
Show
I like
jumping,
the horse
not
dance.
steeplechase.
I like the horse dancing. That's really good. But the jumpy stuff is a bit. I don't know. It's not as fun. I had no idea. I would have said Oxford just because like it's a ford, right? You know. But I don't know if that really makes any sense.
Well,
like ford in a river.
Possibly. I mean, Shapes immediately ruled out Liverpool because it had Pool in the title and thinking maybe it's a bit of a red herring answer. I'm afraid it wasn't Shapes. It actually is Liverpool.
Okay.
So, after that, we have got a tie. And we're going to go to sudden death. And remember, in the lobby, 3 points for every full sudden death answer you get. Those are the scores at the moment. Only, I think, taking the moral high ground here and sticking on 8 and not answering his own questions. Thank you very much for that, Oni. That's very good of you. Mr. Quiz Car Adster now tying up level with 8. Let's go and have a look at the first of these tiebreaker questions. Riff, starting with you. Which country is Kawarau Bridge, the world's first commercial bungee jumping site, located in? Which country is Kawarau? That's really hard to say, even after a little minute processing it. Kawarau? Kawarau, I think.
I don't like it without the options.
No, it's rather scary, isn't it? What do you think?
I'm trying to look at the language of that word. Like, my first feeling on that was that it looks Hawaiian, but they've got Hawaiian has lots of K's and A's and things in it. I don't know. It's also Hawaii goes up a bit. It's a big mountain. And I feel like if I was in Hawaii, bungee jumping sounds fun. So on that basis, I'm going to say the USA.
USA, you're saying. Shapes, any ideas on this one?
I don't recognise the name, so I was trying to do the same thing that Riff was and try and tease out some kind of etymology. And I was just thinking, because I know it's got a lot of sort of high areas and it's quite a destination for people who do like extreme sports. My first thought was New Zealand.
And actually, New Zealand was the right answer. If you'd had that question, you'd have been quids in. Riff Raccoon, unfortunately, not giving me the right answer. And that means advantage back with We Like Shapes and the Eggheads. So, Shapes, do take a look at this. In which year did England last win the Ashes?
Oh, right, okay. So...
Is this in your wheelhouse?
Not in the recentest years. I'm just trying to sort of work out the last time I know for sure they did, and see if I can extrapolate it from there. So the last one I know for sure was 2005, but I also know that the Ashes is every other year, so there will have been a lot. And going on the basis that I don't recall it being the most recent one, I'm going to say 2015.
Say 2015. Riff Raccoon, how's your Ashes knowledge?
I know it's a thing. I reckon they didn't. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I would have actually ended up. I was thinking the same number because I think they lost quite badly like the last couple of times, and then I think they won one before that. I had to. I was thinking 2015 as well.
Well, I can say that Australia won in 2017. It was a draw in 2019, and in 2015, it was England who won, which means Shapes, you are absolutely right. 2015 was the right answer, and
that was
a brutal battle, a bit of a punt, but it all counts. And after a brutal battle, I'm afraid you have knocked Riff Raccoon out. I'm not afraid for you, but for you, Riff Raccoon, I'm very sorry, but Shapes has bettered you doing what comes naturally, and I'm afraid you've not got a place in the final. Let's bring you back to the studio. So, after that, we are one apiece. Shapes booking his place in the final, and jogging chum already there. So, after 2 intense head-to-heads, we have got 3 players left on each team. Let's have a look at what the category brings for you challengers. It is food and drink. So, Tipster, Ass, and Ben's J. Who fancies this?
I mean, no, I not food and drink. Isn't my category. Ben, Ass, do you have any preference on this?
Decent with food, but I don't know
I'm
alcohol.
not sure if I'm confident.
Would you be okay going for this? Bass Ackwards.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I'm
I
kind of
keep
half
calling
in.
calling you ass. So that's probably not what I said. Is it ass backwards or is it bass backwards or is it
Bass backwards?
bass backwards? Sorry, let me get the pronunciation right. Right, bass backwards. We're going to put you up into the isolation booth. Then, who would you like to face on food and drink? You've got a choice of Claire, M. Clemson, or Toot.
I'll go for M. Clemson.
M. Clemson, let's put you into position, starting with player 4, Bass Ackwards, and M. Clemson, player 3. Let's move you into the isolation booth. And Bass Ackwards is a challenger. You got a choice of who goes first or second. Would you like to go first or second?
I guess I'll go first.
You're going to go first. And I'm going to show the lobby scores as well, because I forgot to do that. So, Mr. Quizworthing and Carr the 7th now in front with 14 points apiece. Oni on 11, AB and Drew on 10. Keshi, Big Man Aaron on 9, Adster on 8, SM Midi on 7. Dogfish has got 5, 8. Minky, Pyro, Pygmy and Proogs and Zeus are all on 4. Applecast and Ennis are on 3. Tuna Tin and Sparrowcastle Energy are on 2. Kira and J-Roy on the 1. Clive, Milk and Serial Quiz are yet to score. Maybe AFK, maybe just enjoying the show. So, food and drink. Bass, take a look at this. The town of Stornoway in the Scottish Hebrides is famed for producing which kind of foodstuff? Is it black pudding? Is it beef? Or is it bacon?
Well, I don't think it's beef. I haven't heard that name in regards to beef at all. I want to say black pudding, but it could be a trap.
Gonna go black pudding? Or are you gonna think it through a bit more?
No, I'm just thinking about whether to go for black pudding or bacon. Yeah, I'll go for black pudding.
Black pudding. Let's lock it in. M. Clemson, what do you think?
My gut feeling was black pudding as well, but I'm not completely certain.
Absolutely, black pudding is the right answer. You can be certain now. It was indeed. 8 Mickey deleting Energea's message there. I think Energia was just going on the fact that they all began with a B there, rather than actually revealing that he thought the answer was B, as in the options. But yes, absolutely brilliant black pudding. Big Man Aaron is saying. Are you from that sort of neck of the woods, or you're up that sort of way at the moment? Better ways to phrase it. Yeah, quite right, 8 Mickey. Quite right. All good. We're all still friends. M. Clemson, let's take a look at your first food and drink question. The vegetable, known by Americans as rutabaga, has what name in British English? Is it swede? Is it white radish? Or is it sweet potato?
I'm fairly sure I'm confident about this one. I'm just thinking it through. Because I think I asked sometime when I was in a restaurant and suddenly we realised from the description, oh, that's Swede. So I think it's Swede.
You going to play Swede?
I am going to play Swede.
Absolutely the right answer. Good memories there of the translation. Swede is the answer we were after, and it's 1-1. Okay, Bass, coming back to you. No, not breaking a sweat from the Eggheads yet. Let's take a look at your second question. In the original American version of the drink, what is the predominant fruit flavour in Mountain Dew Code Red soda?
Oh.
Is it cherry? Is it cranberry? Or is it raspberry? Have you drunk it?
It's funny. I remember. I actually made a connection between that and I think Code Red was also the name of a computer virus, but I don't think I ever checked what flavor the Mountain Dew soda was.
What are we edging towards? Any of them leaping out at you more than the others?
I don't want to say it's cherry because, I mean, Coke already had cherry. So between cranberry and raspberry, I'm actually leaning towards cranberry, and I guess I will go with cranberry then.
Should we play cranberry?
Yeah.
Unfortunately not. The whole cherry Coke thing, because Coke already had cherry Coke, obviously they thought it was a good idea, and that was the answer we were after. It was indeed cherry. Bad luck. Swing and a miss on that one. Not to worry though, you still got a chance to catch up, and the pressure's on M. Clemson to get this one right as well. So, M. Clemson, take a look at your second question. What is the East African foodstuff known as injera? Is it a stew? Is it a rice dish? Or is it a bread?
Well, I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
So, injera... It doesn't sound like a bready word, which is not remotely scientific. But it possibly I've got jambalaya in the back of my mind just because of the prominent J, and that's making me lean towards stew. I really, really don't know, but I'm going to say stew.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's not a stew, and that unbready sounding word was actually quite bready. The answer was, in fact, a bread. Did you know that one, Bass?
Yeah, I did. Would you believe I actually watched, it was on MasterChef.
Oh, was it?
I watched it this morning.
Oh, wow. Oh, that would have been a stroke of luck if that had come your way. Unfortunately, I went to M. Clemson, but it is still one apiece after 2 questions each. So, Bass, take a look at this one. Which of these is not a dish named after the Australian opera singer Dame Nellie Melba? A thinly sliced toasted bread, a dessert of peaches, raspberries and ice cream, or a dessert of fruit, meringue and whipped cream?
I actually didn't know that it was named after multiple, although thinking about it now, I'm pretty sure Melba toast and for the dessert, I know it is a dessert, and I do think it is peaches. I was thinking maybe it was called a peach Melba, but so since it's not, I would go for a dessert of fruit, meringue, and whipped cream.
A dessert of fruit, meringue, and whipped cream. And poor 8 Minky hasn't had his dinner yet, so he's getting very hungry. M. Clemson, what do you think? Do you think he's right?
I do, yes. I think Melba toast, as you say, and unless the peaches is a misleading thing and it's actually the fruit in the desert of fruit is peach. But no, I think it's fruit, meringue, cream.
I can't speak for the second one, whether Peach Melba is actually part of the fruit or named after Dame Nellie. But the thinly sliced toasted bread is the Peach Melba, and the correct answer is C, a dessert of fruit, meringue and whipped cream. Actually, I believe named after a Russian ballet dancer, Pavlova, as Carl the7th is telling us in the chat.
Oh, right.
Indeed. So, C is eaten mess. It's eaten mess if you drop it on the way to the party, Keshi. So, M. Clemson, pressure right back on you here. If you get this one wrong, then you give Bass his ticket into the final. If you get it right, then for the 3rd bout in a row, we go to sudden death and the tiebreaker. So, M. Clemson, take a look at this. If you ask for a caffè corretto in an Italian cafe, what would be added to your coffee? Would it be dark chocolate? Would it be alcohol? Or would it be flavoured syrup?
Again, I don't know, which is not a great sign. My gut feeling is that dark chocolate would have a different name than Corretto. I'm trying to think what it might be. But that... Corretto... Flavoured syrup could be anything. That's bothering me a bit, unless it's a specific flavoured syrup. And again, it could be any alcohol or specific alcohol. There's a lot of alcoholic coffees, but I don't think that tends to be an Italian thing that much. I could be entirely wrong on that. I think I'm going to go for flavoured syrup.
Okay. let's lock flavoured syrup in. Bass, do you know this?
No, I wasn't sure about this one. I was thinking dark chocolate would be like Nero something, and it could be alcohol as well. I'm not sure which one I would have gone for.
Well, M. Clemson went for flavoured syrup, and it's not right. The answer is unspecified alcohol. So M. Clemson losing out, and the first one that hasn't come to a tiebreaker after 3 questions each. Bass, you are ahead 2-1, which means you've booked your place in the final and you've knocked M. Clemson out. Let's go back to the studio. Our only challenge is typically grappa or sambuca. So there we go. So 2 of our challenges are through to the final, and only 1 of our eggheads. We've got one final bout, and it's going to be between either Ben's J or Tipster, and either Claire or Toot. The player who doesn't get a go gets a default spot in the final. So, challengers, who's going to take on this category on entertainment? Ben's J or Tipster? Who's it going to be?
Ben, how are you feeling on this? Ben?
Are you? I was still on mute.
You were muted.
I could fancy a go at this.
Like on a scale of 1 to 100, how confident are you on it?
Maybe 60%.
60's better than my 50, so feel free to go for it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm probably gonna get like nailed on like a very particular British thing, but I will give it a shot.
Okay.
Well, Ben's J, who would you like to play against? You've got Claire or Toot?
I've been having a particular person in mind all game, and I think I will take my chances against Claire.
Against Claire. So, Claire and Ben's J, we're going to whip you into the isolation booth, and everyone else can mute. Let's go there now. And Ben's J, as a challenger, you get the choice of who goes first.
I'll go first.
You'll go first, okay? So, all of the challengers choosing to go first on this particular edition of Eggheads. Ben's J, very best of luck to you, and let's take a look at the lobby scores just before we kick this off. Carver 7th, now way out in front with 19. I say way out in front, 2 points in front. Mr. Quiz on 17. Keshi's got 14. Big Man Aaron on 12. Drew on 12. Only 11. Again, may have sat out that round of a feeling that was his question set. AB Me on 10. 8 Minky, Zeus, Dogfish, SM Midi all on 9. Adster on 8. Innis, Pyro Pygmy on 7. Sparrow on 5, Proogs, JWat on 4, Applecast on 3, Tunitin, Energy on 2, Kira on the 1. So, Ben's J, entertainment. Let's take a look at your first question. Blizzard Entertainment is most well known for which video game franchise? Is it Uncharted, The Elder Scrolls, or World of Warcraft?
I'm pretty sure it's World of Warcraft.
Gonna play?
Yeah.
Claire, did you have any idea on that one? Did you know? Do you know?
I only know this because it came up in another question the other day. I think.
Did it?
And it was Blizzard Wizard or Gizzard or something.
Aha.
I think I agree. World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft is absolutely right. The Elder Scrolls, Bethesda, and Uncharted, Naughty Dog. You're 1 for 1, Ben's J. Good start. So Claire, coming over to you, your question on entertainment. Have a look at this. Brand new Haley would argue World of Warcraft isn't entertainment. But fair. Claire, have a look at this. Which of these video game consoles has sold the most units? PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, or PlayStation 2?
Okay. Right, I think the key to this might be the length of time they were the newest PlayStation. Unfortunately, I don't know any years that they came out. So I'm gonna guess it on PlayStation 3.
Right down the middle, PlayStation 3. Benz, what do you think?
I think I've heard this fact before, but I don't fully recall the details. I think it's between 2 or 3, and I think it might be 2.
You'd be absolutely right, Benz. It is the PlayStation 2 by quite some way. In fact, I don't have all the details to hand, but that was one of my questions, and it is indeed the PlayStation 2. So you're 1-0, Benz. Good start. Let's see if we can keep the pressure on the Eggheads here. Here's your second entertainment question. In which year was the Super Nintendo Entertainment System first released? 1991, 1993, or 1989?
This is a tough one. I'm kind of leaning towards 1991, but I don't. It's a little out of my. I don't think it's 89. I'm gonna have to take the punt and go with 1991.
1991, you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Claire?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You'd be absolutely right. 1991 is the right answer. Very well played. And with that, you are 2-0 up. Claire needs to get this question right in order to survive in the bout. And even if she does get it right, the pressure will still be on. Claire, take a look at your second question. Which of these games does not feature a female protagonist? Portal, The Operative, No One Lives Forever, or 13?
Right, okay. I've only heard of one of them.
Right.
And I've played Portal, and it's a very good game. But yes, the protagonist is Shell, and she's female. So out of the other two, there's nothing really I can go on or work from the names of them. Is it the only one which doesn't have one? Sorry, I've forgotten the question.
Which of these games does not feature a female protagonist?
So what, potentially The Operative sounds like this person is special and she could be the operative, maybe. And so for that reason I'm going for 13.
Ben's J, what do you think?
I'm in a similar boat to Claire. I know Portal obviously has a female protagonist. I was actually leaning more towards The Operative based on historical organizational sexism. But 13 could also be some sort of ruler, perhaps. But I would have been between those two.
You would have been between those two as well. Well, 13 was a sort of cell shader game that came out sometime in 2003, I want to say. No One Lives Forever quite a bit earlier, in 2000, I think, or possibly 2001. Portal, as you say, stars the character Chell. The Operative, No One Lives Forever, stars the character Kate Archer. In the eponymous role of the Operative, the right answer was 13. Very well played, Claire. And like that, we're 2-1. However, I'm getting an echo. I'm getting a loop back from someone. It might be Claire. Possibly. Okay. And the loop back has stopped. Thank you, Claire. I appreciate it. Oh, no, I'm still getting a loop back. Oh, no, I'm not. Stop. So, Ben's J, if you get this right, you are through to the final and you knock Claire out. So, have a look at your third question. I'm pretty sure there was a No One Lives Forever 2, Oni, actually. Pretty sure there was, if that's what we're talking about. Sorry, third question. Katie Greenbrier is the player character in which game? Dear Esther, What Remains of Edith Finch, Gone Home.
Well, I absolutely don't know this.
If you wanted any further proof that this question was written by me, there you go. And thank you to Daniel B for the follow. Welcome to the stream, Daniel B. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. And welcome on in.
They all seem pretty plausible. For whatever reason, I kind of want to go with Gone Home. But
you're gonna play Gone Home?
Her name was Katie Greenbrier?
Katie Greenbrier. It's a player character in which game?
It could be. It could be What Remains of Edith Finch, but I don't think it's. I wouldn't think it's Dear Esther now. Kind of trying to go to think.
Have you played any of them?
No, I haven't. I don't really play video games too much.
Fair enough.
At least not in this sense.
A good old walking simulator. Can't go wrong with the walking simulator. By the way, everybody, join me in the Discord tomorrow for walking simulator Wednesday walking sim watch along, or whatever way I'm doing it. In the Discord, I'm going to start playing a walking simulator tomorrow, and you're all very welcome to come along for the ride. They're basically interactive movies. Do come along for a couple of hours if you can tomorrow. It'd be lovely to see you. What are we going for, Ben's J? Should I go get another glass of wine while you think? I've got the headset on, so I can still hear you. But
Okay. Remains of Edith Finch. Or Gone Home. Gone Home. Gone Home is very vague. Gone Home could be just about anything, honestly.
I assure you, they're all games. They're all real.
Well, no. Gone Home could be like the character could be just about anything, really. Could be like an alien. And so I'm gonna punt on What Remains of Edith Finch.
You're going What Remains of Edith
Finch? I feel like I have a better idea of what that could be.
Okay, let's lock it in. Claire, have you played any of these?
I've started What Remains of Edith Finch, but it was a while ago. So I'm still in the dark.
Well, I've played 2 out of 3 of these, and the third one is, as with the other 2, are on the to-do list of games to play on Watch Along Wednesdays. Walking Sim Wednesday Watch Along in the Discord server, which you should also come and take part in. The main character in What Remains of Edith Finch is actually called Edith Finch. But it's Edith Finch Jr. She's investigating an elderly relative. The answer was the other one, I'm afraid. It was Gone Home. So
should have gone my guy.
It should have gone the other way. And just like this, Claire has got a chance to pull even and take it to a tiebreaker. Can she manage it on this last question? Let's take a look. What is Super Mario's full name? Is it Mario Mario? Is it Mario Luigi? Or is it Mario Nintendo?
This is such a good question.
I don't believe the amount of time I spent actually trying to verify this.
Okay, so we're going to knock out Mario Nintendo straight away.
Okay.
Because I don't think that's his name.
Mario Sax Coburg from Jogging Chum. That would be a great name, Mario Sax Coburg. The second.
Mario Wario. So, when you're a kid and you have a Game Boy and maybe it's run out of battery, then sometimes the only thing else you can do is read the little booklet that came with the game, like if you're traveling somewhere or whatever. And I'm trying desperately hard to recall if it had his full name in, and if his brother, because I thought maybe potentially Luigi's name Luigi Mario, and that would make Mario's name Mario. Or is Luigi's name Luigi, in which case why would Mario be the special one?
So many decisions. It's such a simple question. There are literally 5 words in the whole of the options available here.
So because Mario is the special one, I'm going to go for Mario and cross my fingers.
Mario. Do you know this, Ben's J?
I think I might have seen this online somewhere, and I think it is Mario.
It's actually much simpler than you said, Claire. You were flirting around the idea there anyway. It's the Mario brothers. Their surname is Mario. His full name has been confirmed by the creator is Mario. So there you go. And just like that, you have tied it up to 2-2 after a tricky start. And Ben's going 2-0 up. You've pulled it back to 2-all. So we go to the entertainment tiebreaker questions, of which there are 6. So don't go through more than 3 each. Otherwise, there'll be a problem. Tiebreaker time, which are not necessarily all on computer games, but they might be. Ben's you first. Take a look at this. And in the lobby, 3 points if you can give me a full answer to this. Have a look. Which light entertainment show hosted by Cilla Black originally ran from 1984 to 2001?
Oh, I think I might know this one.
Yes?
I think it might be the UK version of Blind Date.
Are you going with Blind Date or the UK?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Blind Date. I think that's what it is.
Claire, what do you think?
Well, she definitely hosted Blind Date. She hosted Surprise Surprise as well. But I don't know the dates.
I don't feel good about this question on reflection. This is another one of mine. Blind Date ran from 1985 to 2003. And the other one that Claire, you were so fast off the mark there, Ben, but the other one that Claire said is in fact the right answer. It is Surprise. Surprise. Bad luck there. Bad luck indeed. And Claire now with the opportunity to press advantage and book her slot in the final. Claire, take a look at this tiebreaker question. Which singer had a UK number 3 hit with the single Let Me Entertain You?
Okay, so the only singer that I know who's had a success with that song is Robbie Williams. I don't know that it went to number 3. And don't know if it could be a trick question. So I'm just going to say Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams. Ben Shea, what do you think?
She has somewhat more of an idea than I do.
I can say the correct answer is absolutely Robbie Williams. Very well done. And Claire, after an uphill battle all the way through that, you have emerged the victor after just one tiebreaker. 3 out of 4 bouts have gone to a tiebreaker. And Claire, you've booked your slot in the final. Ben Shea, tremendous battle there. Tremendous battle. But unfortunately, you've just been pipped at the last minute there. And Claire has knocked you out of the final. Let's bring you back to the studio. So, there we have it. We have got in our final, now cut that out, who hasn't yet faced any of the questions. And I can't remember. M. Clemson and We Like Shapes, I think. I think Shadowmain and Claire went out. And I think Ben's J and Riff went out, or Bass went out. I can't remember. I'll press the button in a minute and it'll tell me. I haven't got a metric. But the final round is general knowledge, which means we will get some general knowledge questions. And if you've booked your place in the final, then you get to answer them. If not, you'll be sent into the isolation booth and I will ask you to mute now. Let's go to the final. There we go. It is 3 versus 3. Shadowmain and M. Clemson having to sit this one out. Ben Shea and Riff Raccoon sitting out on the challenges. So it's going to be Toot, Shapes and Claire versus Jogging Chum, Bass and Tipster. And again, challenges, would you like to go first or second?
I think why break a running theme? We should go first, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
You have been first all the way through. Okay, so let's set you up first. Okay, so general knowledge, very best of luck to you challengers. Here's your first question. Ghirardelli Square is a landmark in which American city? Is it Philadelphia? Is it San Francisco? Or is it New York?
Oh, bloody.
Well, the chocolate, right? And I think it's in San Francisco, but I could be wrong.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like I know there's a brand called Ghirardelli. I had no idea where they were based. If you're saying San Fran, I'm happy to go San Fran.
I mean, I had one about a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Bass, are you in the States
and
or
I'm
are you
pretty
in Canada?
Canada.
You're Canada, okay. Jogging Chum, are you Europe? Or are you?
I am.
UK?
Yes, I'm here. I'm UK.
You're UK. So 2 UKs and a Canadian, just to get some geographical idea of your where you're from. Are we going San Francisco? Is that what we're leaning towards?
Bass.
It's the one I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely not New York. I'm pretty sure it was San Francisco. I mean, it might not. It might be like completely separated from the company, but.
Okay.
I feel like if it was New York, I would have heard of it, but that could just be me.
Okay, San Fran.
Let's go San Francisco then. And I can say, challenges. First question. First correct answer. You're 1 up.
Woo.
San Francisco is the right answer. Very well played. Eggheads, coming to you next. Take a look at this. Which of these countries is not double landlocked, i.e. completely surrounded by countries that are themselves landlocked? And we're after not double landlocked. So 2 of these will be doubly landlocked. 1 of them is not. That is the one we want. Your options are Central African Republic, Liechtenstein, or Uzbekistan.
Okay.
Liechtenstein definitely is double landlocked.
That's what I was going to say.
Well,
it's Austria and Switzerland, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm less sure about the others. I feel. I mean, the thing is, like, all the stands, I don't know that much about.
Because
Central Africa is just central. It's not like doubly. It's just in the centre. I don't think it's quite small as well, isn't it?
Yeah, everything that's around it, I don't believe touches sea. Because I'm thinking, individually thinking what's to the west, northeast, etc.
So we're saying that's likely to be
the northern stands as well. So I think it's probably a similar situation. Like it's going to be. I just don't know. I think it depends how big those stands.
Yeah, what does it border?
Do we know if Uzbekistan borders Russia?
I don't think it does.
I
thought it was like near Afghanistan.
Okay. Is Afghanistan landlocked?
No, I don't know what it was, but it could be near. No, wait. I'm not sure. Very good at actually visualising stuff on the maps. I'm leaning towards Uzbekistan of the options. So I've spent more time looking at maps of Africa than I have of Eastern Europe.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't remember it being like I know you got like Lesotho and all those ones. I just don't see it being double landlocked.
My other thought is
as well. And I feel like it's. I think I remember South African Republic just because it's also more memorable. Whereas one of the stands I'd forget.
Yeah. I think Uzbekistan. I think my general impression of that area is all quite large.
I am going to press you for an answer at this point, Eggheads. What are we going to go for? Central African Republic, Liechtenstein, or Uzbekistan?
Should we go for? Has anyone got a?
I'm leaning African just because I don't think I feel like there's not a double landlocked in Africa.
Yeah, I'm just thinking the countries that surround Uzbekistan. One of them is going to be large enough to reach the coast.
Yeah, I think Afghanistan might reach the coast.
I don't want to be the thing. I lean slightly towards Uzbekistan, but I'm happy either way.
So what are we going for?
Just go whichever. I'm not confident either way, but
I don't know.
Like I've seen it as being a stand. I can't visualize it.
Come on, Eggheads, what are we having? What are we having?
Okay, let's Central African Republic then.
Central African Republic?
Quiz rules dictate that.
Or if it's wrong.
Central African Republic is locked in. A lot of discussion on that question. Challenges, what did you think?
Another one.
Yeah, likewise.
Uzbekistan and Liechtenstein are the only two.
Absolutely right. Yes, Liechtenstein is surrounded by Austria and Switzerland. Uzbekistan surrounded by Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan. Central African Republic was absolutely the right answer. Very well played.
Ooh.
And after a great deal of deliberation and discussion, we are at 1 apiece. Eggheads doing what they do best and thinking through all the options. So we come back to the challenges. Jogging Chum, Bass, and Tipster. Have a look at this. What is the closest approximation to the correct pronunciation of the Dutch tourist resort, that? I'm not going to say it just in case I accidentally give away the answer. Scheveningen, Scheveningen, or Scheveningen? If you would like me to, just because I didn't say it, if you would like to look in voice text in the Discord server, I'm going to paste the exact word there in case you would like to redeliberate. Scheveningen, Scheveningen, or Scheveningen, which is as closest approximation to the correct pronunciation of the Dutch tourist resort, that.
Oh,
I have absolutely no idea. Well, actually, maybe.
So I know if you ask me where it was, I'd know. But
Are there any like
how to pronounce
Dutch
it.
words we can like think about? Like how do they pronounce the sh? Well, I mean,
how do they
because
pronounce
it's, you know.
I'm just saying. Some of our Dutch friends in the chat are saying that one of them is closest with some imagination, and just
okay.
We're talking closest approximation in English.
Right.
So we're gonna go with that. Very welcome to our to our friends from Fennoscandia who are offering some, and I'd be very curious as to what the official pronunciation is, but. For you guys here in the Challenger chairs, which one are you going to go for? Ski, Skay, or Shay?
Oh, bloomin' heck. I mean...
It's weird because Dutch language does have Ks.
Yeah, but...
Quite a regular...
Oh yeah, so maybe it's just... I mean, of the three options, Shay, Vinyan... Actually, if I were to choose one, that would be what it would be.
That's what I'd
if I had to guess.
Because Grosh, like SCH, is kind of pronounced with a soft.
Yeah, well, I was trying to think of a Dutch word. That's a
tips to citing the lager as his reference, right?
Yeah, look, I don't have many points of reference here for the district that happens to be close to The Hague. Like, there's not much that I've got to go on. So, I've not seen it on, Wish You Were Here or anything recently, Royal, I'm afraid.
What are you going to go for, challengers? Ski, Skay,
shall we go?
I feel like Shay.
Yeah, I'm not 100% confident, but that's what I'll go for.
We'll go Shay then.
Shay, so the one on the right-hand side.
Right, yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
C.
Scheveningen. Eggheads, any thoughts on this?
I'm trying to analogize it with the sort of the famous group of countries in Europe that you can go to visa-free, which is the Schengen area.
Schengen area, yeah.
But that's in Luxembourg, though, isn't it? It's named after a Luxembourg place. That's why I wasn't sure.
Oh, right. But I was thinking because it has a similar root at the beginning of the word.
Well,
I thought it was a Dutch place, but that would have been sort of my grounds if we were answering this.
I'm going to defer into Jers' think of Schiphol, but that might be pronounced Schiphol. I don't know. My Dutch isn't very good, and by not very good, I mean non-existent. Can I just get a ruling from Dutch friends or people from Fennoscandia who, just because on this one I can either press right or wrong, irrespective of what it says. I had to go away, Apple. What's the question? Apple, the question is, what is the closest approximation to the correct pronunciation of the Dutch tourist resort, that? Apple, our friend in the, I think he's Dutch. Can you pronounce all things in English? I don't know if there's a good one. In which case, I will go with the answer that is on the card. And of the three, Ski, Skay, or Shay, Jers is saying closest should be Shay. Ski, Skay, Shay. Energia, I'm leaning towards Skay. Energia, I think, is Dutch. Energia, are you Dutch? Just give me a confirmation on that, Energia. Energia is Dutch, so I will take that as writ. And leaning towards Skay, which is also what the author only wrote, the answer is... Oh, press the right button, Ben. Oh, crap. Focus on the right window. What have you done, Ben? Button. Oh, crap. I pressed the button, and now it's... Oh, no, I pressed the wrong button. Skay Venigan is the answer there, apparently. So, a moment of technical madness there. Something happened, I pressed the wrong button, and then something went wrong. I thought I only had to press right or wrong. Apparently, I don't. Maybe I don't even need to lock you in on that one. Oh, no, I do, because it's... what am I talking about? We're not at the tiebreak here, are we? Sorry, I lost track. I got so dragged into the pronunciation of the word. Jurors would say SK is definitely wrong, Dutch-speaking Belgian here. Okay. Only the question about it. I'm led to believe that it's a hard K, as with Skay. It's a Scottish-style CH like lock. So the score was right, because the guys went for Shay with an SH. It's hard, since SCH has a soft G, kinda. Slightly tenuous question, perhaps. But either way, I'm going to go with the ruling that was on the card there. Backed up by our Dutch friends there. It's 1-1 with Eggheads. Yes, 1-1 with the Eggheads, with the question in hand. Thank you, Cup. Let's go to the Eggheads now and move on from that rapidly. Eggheads, take a look at this. Who wrote Mostly Harmless, described as the 5th book in an increasingly inaccurately named trilogy? Was it John Lloyd, Terry Pratchett, or Douglas Adams?
This one's a bit easier.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah, and this is the trick to it. I thought it was one of the ones he wrote. I know it's part of the Hitchhiker's, so we just have to say Douglas Adams and that's...
Yeah, happy with that?
Can you name them all?
Restaurant in the Universe.
So Long and Thanks for All the Fish.
All the Fish.
Restaurant at the End of the Universe? Was that? Did you say that
one?
He said that one.
Yes, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Restaurant at the End of the Universe, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. I can't remember number 4 either. And Mostly Harmless, as you said, was it Douglas Adams? Absolutely the right answer. Very well played. You're 2-1 up. We haven't checked in on the lobby score in a little while, so we should do that and see how we're all doing. Car is way out in front with 31. Keshi in second with 26. Mr. Quiz has got 25. AB, me, Oni, and Zeus are all on 20. Big Man, Aaron, Drew, Dave, Tom on 19. Dogfish, Innis both on 18. That's the top row. Hopefully you can see yourself there and the number next to your name. Car is looking good at the moment. So, challengers, if you get this one wrong, then the Eggheads have won. Take a look. Oh dear, a hiccup. In the Queen song, Death on Two Legs, dedicated to, who was the song written about? Was it the EMI record label, Queen's original manager, or Freddie Mercury's former lover?
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember the lyrics now. It's let's just say...
I'm not sure how much help I'll be. I mean, I know... sorry, continue.
It's not a particularly complimentary song, let's just put it that way.
No, yeah, for what it's worth, actually, as something of a bit of a Queen fan, I've not actually heard of this song.
No.
I wanna say that it's probably akin to the Ed Sheeran thing of dissing their manager that sacked them.
Yeah, I mean,
could pertain to...
I forgot, was it the manager or the record label who kind of didn't want Bohemian Rhapsody because no one was going to listen to it?
I couldn't... Oh my goodness,
What are we going for, challenges?
I want to say original manager.
Yeah, I am leaning towards that.
person as opposed to a label. It was definitely not EMI because it was too early for EMI.
So what are we going for then?
I'm happy with that.
Sorry, Jogging Chum was just going to just say something. Finish up there.
Did the question have a year in it? I can't remember.
Did not.
No.
Okay. In the Queen song "Death on Two Legs," dedicated to, who was the song written about?
Okay, I'm happy to defer to Hipster here, or
I'm happy with manager.
Okay, original manager, please.
Original manager. Eggheads, do you know this one?
No idea.
Absolutely not. I thought EMI did exist in the 70s. I thought like Kate Bush's album was EMI one, like the first one. So I thought it's a possibility, but I don't know.
Well, the challengers have gone for Queen's original manager to stay in the competition, and they are absolutely right. Queen's original manager is the right answer, and you've pulled it back to 2 apiece. Nicely done, but the pressure is still on. If the Eggheads can go 3 for 3, then they win without the need for a tiebreaker and will become the first Eggheads to do 2 consecutive games. Eggheads, it all comes down to this. Claire, Shapes and Toot, have a look. According to IMDb, what is the longest film ever to have won an Academy Award for Best Picture? Is it Gone with the Wind? Is it Ben-Hur? Or is it Lawrence of Arabia?
I think
they're all very long. What are you thinking?
So, my source is not a the kind of source that you would sort of first refer to in this. But I remember seeing on MTV in the 90s, they did a thing where they wanted to disprove that the idea that models were stupid. So they went round sort of doing a trivia vox pop at the back of a backstage at a fashion show. And I still remember someone saying the longest film was Ben-Hur.
Were they right?
I can't remember now, and it's the only thing I know that I'd be able to make any contribution on this question with.
I've got a similarly tiny contribution in that is it the Monty Python and the Holy Grail? They've got the critics thing at the start where it says makes Ben-Hur look like an epic. So obviously it's like synonymous with a really long film, but that's it. That's all I've got.
They're all pretty long is the problem, as I don't know if it narrows it down. Like, I know Lawrence of Arabia was really long. I feel like I don't know enough. If you want to say Ben-Hur, I'm happy to say Ben-Hur. I was leaning towards Lawrence of Arabia. It's kind of really boring. Basically, on the scale of how boring the films are, it kind of goes Gone with the Wind, then Ben-Hur, then Lawrence of Arabia. So in my head, that's how long they were. But again, that's just me remembering watching them and how much I did enjoy Lawrence of Arabia.
But you've actually watched them all?
I have. I'm a film student. I was a film student, so I kind of had to go do the whole thing. I remember Lawrence of Arabia being very long, but certainly if you know it's a trivia thing, that's how I knew the Landlocked Republics thing was a stamp. So if it's stuck in your head, I'm happy to go with that instead. My gut was Lawrence, but again, gut's been wrong.
Just want to say, Ape Minky say this episode of Eggheads is currently giving these films a run for their money.
Sorry, Ape.
No, it's all good. It's hopefully all very good entertainment. What are we going for, Eggheads?
Happy to do Ben-Hur if you want.
I'm happy to just go with whatever you guys think, because you don't have to go.
Yeah, it's an instinct rather than a sort of firm knowledge.
I'm on Lawrence of Arabia, but I think it's one of those two. But go Ben-Hur.
Are we going Ben-Hur?
I'll endorse you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is absolutely fascinating. And I've actually just gone and looked at the factoid because I was 95% sure it was Gone with the Wind. Purely from a question I've written previously. And I'm getting up this statistic here on filmsite.org. Essentially, there was a tie between the 2 longest Best Pictures. Total film without music of one of these at almost 221 minutes, and with the overture, intermission and entr'acte and walkout music, it reached 234 minutes. The total film time without music of the other one was 222. So it depends to an extent whether or not you're counting the music and the entr'acte and the walkout music and all the rest of it. As it happens, it's entirely academic in this case because Ben-Hur is neither of those films. Ben-Hur clocked in 212 minutes, Gone with the Wind 221, Lawrence of Arabia 222, but if you include the music of Gone with the Wind, it gets up to 234. So the answer is actually Gone with the Wind, if we are counting music in this case.
I did
which
happen
means,
to know this one.
Oh,
did you know that
sorry,
one?
guys.
You knew that
Yeah,
one? Yeah, that.
I did.
Oh, we should have gone second then.
Should have gone second. Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, and so now we go to the tiebreaker, the fourth tiebreaker of this match. I've got 16 general knowledge tiebreakers in the database, which means we can have a maximum of 8 back and forths. Starting with you challengers, have a look at this, and remember, no multiple choice. Just before I show you the question, there's the scores in the lobby. Car on 32, Keshi 26, Mr. Quiz 26, Zeus Bigman, Aaron Drew 21, only Amy Me on 20, Dogfish and Innis, and SM Midi on 18. 3 points in the lobby for each of these. Have a look at this. Memphis was the ancient capital of which country?
Having
it was Egypt,
played
right?
a lot. Yeah, having played a lot of Civ, it's Egypt.
Egypt?
Cool. Yeah.
Absolutely right. One and done. Very well played. Egypt is the right answer. And just like that, pressure back on the Eggheads. Somebody, team here looking to steal away your throne. Have a look at this. The words "I told you I was ill," translated into Irish, are written on the headstone of which TV comedian and writer?
Spike Milligan, I think.
Spike Milligan.
Spike Milligan was my thought as well.
Spike Milligan is absolutely the right answer. Very well played, and we're speeding up a bit now. It's one apiece, and we're coming back to the challengers. Right back to you. That's one of 8 that we have potentially to go through. Challengers, back to you. Who died after being shot whilst watching a performance of the play Our Great American Cousin in 1865?
Oh, that's Lincoln.
Lincoln? Yeah. I want to say
His assassination in the theater. That's the play.
Okay, Abraham Lincoln.
President Lincoln, absolutely the right answer. Abraham Lincoln, very good. And the pressure right back on the Eggheads here, who need to answer this one correctly to survive. Have a look. Which 2 basic colours combine to make the shade chartreuse? And lobby, you've got a choice of any which way round, as long as you don't even need the "and" in the middle. You can just name the 2 colours as long as there's a space between them.
So chartreuse is like a yellowy greeny,
Yeah.
isn't it? So
would that be like sort of yellow and blue then?
yeah, I don't know if they're asking for
Not primary, but
yeah.
Which 2 basic colours combine to make the shade chartreuse? Just to clarify on this, when I say, well, I think this is one of mine. Basic colours does not strictly refer to primary colours. We're talking. I'm not talking like mauve and aubergine, for example. Would not be basic colours.
yellow and green sounds right then.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Yeah. If it's sort of a
Yeah, I was thinking primary.
yeah, I was sort of thinking yellow blue to begin with, but then sort of Ben's clarification there.
I wasn't sure about yellow, but
So what are we going with?
yellow and green, I think.
Yellow and green?
Yeah.
Yellow and green is absolutely right. And I felt that the clarification there, hopefully I didn't give away the answer too badly, but I felt it was important to just clarify that point because it's a fairly loose wording on there, and I think that's one of my questions, and that's on me. But there we go. Yellow and green, and we're back to the challengers. 2 each. 6 questions each left before the game runs out. Have a look. Which clover-like plant, commonly known for silage and hay, is also known as purple medic or lucerne?
Okay. Oh, bloomin' heck. Okay, clover-like plants.
And purple. Or crocus is white or purple.
While you think about this, have a penny, everybody. Eggheads 76 to the bot. I haven't done one for a while.
I know that lucerne is a Swiss word.
Okay. Oh, lucerne. Oh my god.
Swiss chard? No, it's not. That's not. Purple.
Is this?
Thank you very much for the follow, Legion Noad. Welcome on in. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have a Scooby.
Something.
Well, I mean, it's purple. So
Something screaming sativa at me.
I won't. I mean, that sounds like a good idea. I'm not sure exactly what color sativa is, but that does sound like a good idea. Although, I mean, I've only heard it in terms of like strains of weed, but.
Yeah, that's fair. That might be why it's screaming at me. I don't know.
I mean, in that case, I'm not sure if it would be sativa in that case.
What
I mean, if it's purple.
I'm going to press you now, challengers. What are we going to say?
What were you going to go for, Bess?
I don't know, like lavender or lilacs, but they're not clover-like.
Lavender doesn't strike me as lucerne.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Come on, I'm doing my Jeremy Paxman University.
Sorry.
Violets? No, violets aren't clover. Oh, we can go for sativa.
Sativa.
Yeah. Sativa. Eggheads, any thoughts?
No idea.
No, but it says stole or something. I don't really know.
Sativa, good a punt. Unfortunately, not a correct punt. The answer is actually alfalfa. Alfalfa.
It's purple?
Apparently so. And that means the advantage now falls to the Eggheads. If they get this one right, then they win. Eggheads, take a look at this. Which rapper's real name is Dylan Quabana Mills?
I know this one.
I think I do, incredibly.
We're both thinking it's a British rapper.
Yeah.
Yes. Claire?
Dizzy Rascal.
Yes, Dizzy Rascal.
If we all thought that, I think we've got to go with it.
Yeah.
I thought it could have been Tinchy, but I think it's Dizzy Rascal. If it was only for all thinking it.
Yeah. I think the fact we've all independently come up with that is a good sign.
And you're going for what now?
Dizzy Rascal.
Dizzy Rascal.
Dizzy Rascal is the right answer. And just like that, after a brutal final, Eggheads, that means you've won.
Well played.
Strong team indeed, and after very close to an hour and a half of Eggheads now, the Eggheads have emerged victorious. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking around for what has been an absolutely nail-biting match between these two. And it does mean that Toot, Shadowmane, and Clemson, Shapes, and Claire get to come back the next time we play Eggheads in about 4 weeks' time. That is their second victory, one as challengers, and now for the first time as Eggheads. Let's just go and take a look at the lobby, and by quite some way, our friend Car the 7th is winning the lobby. So, Car, you're going to get a miscellaneous penny, and there is an underscore in your name, Car underscore 7th. Oh, that is something very not right about that. What I'm going to do is close that down, and I'm going to reopen it because it's done something very strange. Penny system. It does something very weird with the text mesh, but it won't undo any of the data. So let's go Car underscore 7th and Miss Penny and award pennies. There you go. So well done, Car. 41 points there, winning the Eggheads lobby and getting yourself a bonus penny. And joint second for Keshi and Mr. Quizworthing. And a joint third for Drew, Dave, Tom, Innes and Big Man Aaron. Good games all round. And not a million miles behind AB Me, Oni and 8 Minkies, just a point behind on 26. Zeus on 24. That completes the top row. And thank you very much for the follow, Pyro Pygmy. And for all of the gift subs you gave earlier on as well, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. So, after an epic game, it does mean we have to say goodbye to Jogging Chum, Bass Ackwards, Tipster, Benz J, and Riff Raccoon. But I hope that the 5 of you have had a good time here in the Eggheads studio, and we look forward to seeing you in future games.
I'm going to start learning how to pronounce Dutch place names now.
Always good. Always be learning. ABL. That's
Indeed.
It's about time that I've gone home.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. Did you just...
I'm going to wrap up because it's already getting on quite late. Eggheads, congratulations. I need to nod that way because it's the other way around. Congratulations, Eggheads. Will you come and join us again next time to defend that champion and try and make it 3 in a row?
What do you think, lads? Same time next month?
Let's do it.
I think I can free up my schedule.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much to all of you here in the hot seat. I'm going to deafen now and wrap up the stream, but looking forward to seeing you again very soon, and congratulations again to the Eggheads. So I'm going to deafen in there and deafen in there, and that is going to be it from Game Night for this evening. Thank you all so much for joining me for what has been a very entertaining evening. We have seen the Eggheads victor over the challengers, and we have seen Zeus and Serial Quizzer and... that's really bad. Shadowmane. Yes, because I spoke to Shadowmane twice. Zeus and Serial Quizzer and Shadowmane triumph over the code. Thank you for the confirmation there, Zeus. And that is going to be it from me on stream, certainly for now. Just a little reminder of what's coming up. Ash is going to be here tomorrow with doing his thing at Quiz Night. He's also going to be here Friday. Not quite sure what he's doing yet. I think he's keeping his cards close to his chest, unless he's publicly said it somewhere, in which case I apologise. But do go give Ash a follow. Always a good night there. I'm not here on Thursday, just a reminder. Obviously, I'm travelling this Thursday, but I will be back on Saturday. We're looking forward to seeing Zeus's debut with Cryptex. We're looking forward to seeing Mr. Quizworthing's debut with The Escape Artist, and that's debut all round rather than just for those ones. So very much looking forward to those. And we're also looking forward to seeing a pack from Cycle Space. Not a debut, but I think first time writing for this particular game, The Pyramid. That is what we're looking forward to on Saturday. Cryptex, The Escape Artist, and The Pyramid. That sounds like a great night from where I am sitting. In the interim, if you want to come and join the Discord and hang out, that would be amazing. I'm going to be doing some dev streams over, certainly tomorrow, probably not, maybe very early Thursday morning before I head up. Depends what time I leave. But also tomorrow, we've got the Walking Sim Wednesday Watch Along, where I'm going to be starting Firewatch in the server tomorrow. So if you would like to come and have a game of, watch along with Firewatch just for a couple of hours over probably Wednesday lunchtime, then do pop into the server and come and say hello. You would be most welcome. For the rest of the evening, we're going to go and raid Huds. Huds is Sonic the Hedgehog speedrunner. He's becoming a good friend of mine, and I think there might be something happening between us at some point soon. That sounds quite dodgy. Stream related, nothing else. But he's a good chap, and we should all go give him some love. Until next time, which will be tomorrow in the server, or indeed Saturday if you're just joining me here. And Innes, I will get in touch with you and arrange stuff for Super Week. More Sonic questions possibly coming up, possibly. Raid message for Huds. Raid message. What do we think? What do we think for a raid message? Saw Huds play a Sonic 3K ROM that basically replaced all the sounds that... Oh, yeah, that's the edit sound pack. He's playing that right now. It's very good. Yes, absolutely the right raid message there, Oni. Hashtag Shfeng that. That's going to be our raid message. We're going to say Huds. Until next time, I have been Royal Flush. Let's go give some love to Huds and say hi. Do take care of yourselves out there. Stay safe. Get the jab if you can now. And until Saturday or tomorrow, if you're going to be here in the server, look after yourselves. Take care. Peace out and good night. Press the right button. That one. Good night.